It's not actually lilacs. It's actually smoked pork chops, but it's the same difference.
The stream has started.
Damn.
Alrighty.
Welcome.
Yeah. So last time you guys talked with the newest arrivals of the group, a Steelborn maid named Roy, as well as
It's a lie.
couple of other individuals meet. You had a couple of scenes in the cave as you were leaving. What seemed to be Roy's past biological sister. He couldn't quite remember who this person was or why he cared, but he seemed to be emotionally connected to this individual. It took a lock of hair to kind of bury, which you guys proceeded to do. Olivia and Medusa kind of took note of the corruption that was going on in Trien as you guys sent the rescued villagers off on their way. You went back to Zerath while Artemis jumped ahead of you, stole a lock of hair from a Karen and Leafa to make her newest subjects?
Servants. Yeah,
Creations?
I call them servants.
Servants?
Yeah.
Okay, servants. Yeah, sorry.
They're just like the magnificent mansion servants, but instead of me getting a bunch of them, I get a very few of them, but they're actually cooler.
Right. To produce Hazel and Zarya. So you got back to Zerath and met up with Jill, where it was kind of found out that she started showing signs of burnout. While not aggressive, it was noticeable to say the least. There, everyone was introduced, and that's where we basically ended. I'm sorry. Tylo and Kai had a shared dream where they kind of spoke with an individual known as Amani. Yeah, sure, Amani, whatever. I'm not really in the mood to.
Mommy?
Mommy? Who basically told you that the power that was welling inside of Tylo was known as an Adela Burst, a special gift that the Church of Soul seems to be seeking out. And that's about it, unless anyone has anything they'd like to make sure everyone remembers or recaps. I think that was it, though.
Juno did not appreciate the invading of my dreams. Yes.
Yeah.
Tylo death over it. I'm the only one allowed in the street.
Get in line.
So we will say that we will say that you start at the East Gates where you met Jill. I believe Artemis also went with forgive me, Medusa to unbrainwash the two other members of the Councils of Star. So
yeah.
We'll just for the sake of brevity. What were you gonna say?
Technically unbrainwash, potentially brainwash. It depends on what happens.
We'll say for the sake of brevity, you go to these locations. There's a little bit of resistance from guards, obviously, protecting the council. Are you violent, or are you more like using power or like notoriety? Medusa is well known, so you can use that. I just don't know.
I'm gonna turn into, I don't know, the archer chick.
Okay, Olivia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So instead of being met with resistance, you were more met with a salute.
Yeah,
Um,
we're here to save the day. We're the good guys.
yeah. You kind of walk in the same kind of manner. It happens at both estates. You see Phoebe Cole, who is, let me double check my notes. I forget which position she is, so give me 1 sec. All right, Phoebe is the proxy of the people. She greets Medusa and you very kind and warm, and she says basically, "What do I owe the honor?" Or what do I owe the pleasure, rather? Uh, you go and kind of make sure that everything's back in place, and you do see that there's tampering, but it wasn't like you kind of reread past information, and this person doesn't seem to be corrupt in any way,
Okay.
other than the first like individual part of being brainwashed.
What was the brainwash part like?
To basically what you gather is to frame the pirates, the certain pirates there.
Okay, yeah. So the
And
ones that are in jail just like, nah, they did it. Yeah.
yeah. It seems
Gotcha.
that this individual was the person who spoke for the people. So it's a lot of like outcries of, how can we let pirates, this and that, just very anti-pirate, like, we shouldn't let them get away. But otherwise, it doesn't seem like anything deeper than that. Nothing involving cults or anything like that.
Okay. So yeah, I erased all the stuff that was put in, and I just kind of like, I put in some stuff. It's not just like Artemis is your master, right? It's nothing like that. It's more of like Artemis's thought process behind everything. Like, so it's kind of like leading. Like, look, Artemis, Lord of Murder, kills bad guys for you. They're awesome, right? Like, they're heroes as well, kind of deal, right? It kind of excludes the part of murdering people as like a bad thing, and more of just like they murder. Like, it's almost like Mouse's logic, right? Like, kill a killer, you're a cop or some bullshit, right? It's like, this is some really stupid logic, but it could be seen as like, right? Like, yeah, okay, that seems fair.
Kill for the greater good.
Yeah, like a greater good thing, right? Yeah, it's just slightly like tilting the scales in that favor.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, so you do so, and Medusa basically looks at you and says, "Is everything fine?"
Yeah, they were brainwashed to think the pirates automatically did it. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, this was Phoebe. Melisandre was a little different. You see that she.
Oh, are they both there?
No, they're two different places.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just telling them what I got from that first one than what you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just like, okay. So you go to the next location, and Melisandre has more or less the same kind of things, but there seems to be cases of missing individuals within the farmer community that have been unreported.
Okay, like the brainwashing says don't report the missing farmers.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so like basically they're behind missing farmers, and then Jesus.
Yeah. So, it's not very specific. More so, you can see kind of like the reports that kind of come in that she receives, and they all are male who tend to be in their like early 20s, late 30s, or like mid 30s, in that like age range.
Okay.
All farm hands tend to be described as well built, money earners, things like that.
And they've been so the people have reported them going missing, and she was to
Right.
ignore it. So she has a few already in her head that's like, these people were missing. Like, did they have anything in common, like a location or anything like that?
No, they're all around Zerath, but the kind of common threads were the information I just gave you, where
Okay,
they're all within a certain like age group.
Gotcha.
Kind of reminds you of Tylo.
Yeah, sure. And no one has mentioned, like, they went missing, and I seen a tentacle face monster taking them away, right? Like,
No, it didn't seem like anyone said that. There's just like no signs of them gone missing.
okay,
Just kind of like days like in between. So
no love people taking them. Okay,
nothing
yeah.
reported.
Okay, so I can assume that since one person tried to have sex with Tylo and give him a baby, I can assume that maybe it's the same thing.
You could probably assume so.
Yeah, same MO. Okay, so I'll do that. And this is the white hair chick.
No, Phoebe was the grounds, the speaker of the people. Melisandre is the ground speaker. She's the
last one,
farming, the black one. Yes.
No, the last one was the white hair one. Then the first one.
No. Melisandre is the one that the farmer people, and the other one is the voice of the people. So the white-haired one is the first one that you spoke with.
Yeah, that's what I said, and you said no.
No, that's not what you said. You said the white-haired one is the last one you spoke with.
No, the first one. I said the first one, and then you said the black one, and I'm like, no, not that black. The first one, the last one I spoke to. There's only two of them I spoke to. So right now I'm speaking to the.
So yeah, to Melisandre, this
one. We're on the map. I can't see what you're doing.
I'm sorry.
That
would explain a lot. I'm sitting here pinging on her thing, and you guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to like the people's.
Yep.
Okay, so Phoebe was the first one I talked to.
Yes, Phoebe was the first one.
Okay, Melisandre. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her. I'm basically gonna do the same thing to both of them, just like tilt the scales more in Artemis's favor. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I want to see basically what would happen, right? If like, how do they feel about that, like the greater good and stuff like that, based off their like past engagements with people.
So Phoebe is more against murder in general. Murder is seen more like harming the people than good. Melisandre seems more of the idea that you do have to prune some weaker threats for the being more logical about the idea of cultivating things.
Yeah, so like if the Joker pops up and says murder this 12-year-old innocent child to save the whole city, Melisandre's like, yeah, you guess you gotta kill that 12-year-old, but Phoebe's like, nah, there's another way. There's
exactly.
Always...
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But I'm gonna tilt Phoebe a little bit the opposite way. So maybe there's not just a straight up no, right? So it's maybe a thought process behind it.
Right.
Swap her a little bit more from Obi-Wan to Anakin. I don't know.
All right. But
you were the chosen one.
Yeah. So we'll say that takes you roughly a couple hours.
Sure. That's what everyone else
to just get from what is everyone else doing? You were last at the gates, the east gates. There, Jill kind of told you that we should make our way to the Council of Stars, where Justicar Alistar is waiting. Otherwise, the city is yours.
Already.
Oh yeah, you were gonna go talk to the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I probably just
Artemis is brainwashing them there right now.
I'm brainwashing some people. I'm unbrainwashing / brainwashing, so they're equally brainwashed at the end of the day. But this is for the better.
They're brainwashed for my reasons.
Yeah, they're laterally brainwashed. Good to have friends in high places,
they're
But
brainwashed, are they really your friends?
I mean, is anyone really anyone's friend?
I am.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, why are people your friends? Because they like you because you did stuff, right?
So therefore, brainwashing is makes them my friends.
Okay, remember, kids, if you care for someone, you're brainwashed. Your parents, you're brainwashed.
Yeah, right. Like someone does you something, like they bring you a drink. You're like, oh, this guy's cool. I'm gonna be their friend, right? It's like they're only your friend because you did something cool for them. So like, if I just make them think I did something cool for them,
All right. Hmm.
But yeah,
Kai,
Victor
you
and
were
Jill are probably on their way towards the Justicar.
okay. Kai,
I
you
guess,
said
I
you were
guess
doing
Roy
something
and
different.
Meep are in tow.
Yeah. Just stay with Juno to go work on the mural. Talk to the weeping widow, I guess.
Okay.
left her crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of location did you want to put the mural?
I think she said she went on the side of a building, if I remember correctly.
She didn't say where. She just
Okay.
It
you
sounded
offered
like
it.
she said she wanted it so she can see it. So like, if she walks to work, she'll see it every day or something, right?
Yeah, we'll put it somewhere on our route then.
Gross.
We'll probably work on it before returning to her. So
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so you maybe kind of chit chatted, and she kind of explained where she lived and where she worked. It's kind of like similar areas. It did seem very much so that she may have like lived in the building that she worked. But that's actually not the case. It's just to give it more of a homey feel since she spends most of her time there. Um, she lives down the way. So you find a vacant, like, kind of like wall there. Uh, a couple of guards like attempt to like stop you, but as you're kind of like working your magic, they kind of like stop
stop
and
it.
on. You start actually kind of like getting a crowd
Okay.
that is like starting to watch you, and Juno is there, kind of like you know supporting you. Would Juno bask for you?
So is this an opportunity, or could this be an opportunity for her to like practice using a fire again to like etch some things?
Yeah, so you can see her like try and
Mhm.
do the things that you guys would like maybe do on the side sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
It doesn't have to happen, but I'm just saying. I just wanted to
yeah,
touch it. I
so
was
so she goes and dances as you're kind of like painting, and it almost seems like you guys are in like a rhythm together.
Yeah.
Every time you kind of like do broad strokes, her movements are wide. Every time the paint or brush kind of does short, she you know is very choppy in her movements. Um, Seem to going hand in hand. You start drawing a bigger and bigger crowd, and while she seems to be like really into it, she kind of constantly like glances down and doesn't see any marks.
Mm-hmm.
But she tries to ignore it. She shakes it off. It's a very noticeable moment of she kind of steps out of rhythm whenever it happens. Um, but she tries not to like get it. It's in her head, so she kind of goes back to just sees what you're doing and kind of keeps mirroring it in a bigger crowd.
So every
As
now and
you
then, whenever she seems like dejected, I would probably just like dance towards her and like course her into like getting back into flow and
right,
just keeping her head up, keeping her spirits up.
yeah, so you go kind of like join the dance, and as you do, you actually pull her closer to the wall, and as you do, spins. You actually mark the wall as you kind of like spin, and then you kind of put the paintbrush in her hand as she kind of like dips, and then the dipping motion kind of adds like an arc to the painting, and people seem to be like cheering for you, and you you're gathering a lot of attention, and Karen is there. Is like, why are they drawing on this building? And you just see like the cops like, move along, man. Like kind of shove her, like kind of keep going. As the piece kind of comes to a finish, you can kind of like see the final brushstrokes kind of coming along as she finishes her dance. Right as you make that last, finish, and you see a brief like spark, kind of like almost like a flint hitting metal hitting flint, and then that spark, almost like fire coming from, and she seems really excited or happy, even though there was nothing there.
It's a start
And
of
people
something.
kind of yeah, exactly, and people kind of like clap and cheer as they see this. And you do this like beautiful mural of Marine, uh, just kind of like holding in her one hand the what looks like a kind of cityscape that has a crystalline building in the middle, very much like Zra. Holding it kind of like close to her chest and kind of like holding it almost like a cherished object. And she's giving, a very hearty, toothy, tusk like grin, smiling. And you kind of like finish and everyone kind of claps, and it seems like someone had put like a collection bucket for you. There seems to be about 15 gold pieces, a few, copper, more or less. We'll just round it to 15. But you have caused enough commotion that after you finish it, Leafa kind of comes out of the building to see what's going on as she sees it. And already in tears and already looking kind of worn down, she breaks down even more. You can probably see it in the corner of your eye. And she has people around. They kind of like embrace her and just kind of like, that sort of thing. But
Cool.
you definitely made this old woman's day, basically.
Perfect. So yeah. Afterwards, they'll Kai will approach and just kind of give her a good, nice and hearty hug. And there's, I had a promise to keep, but I have someone I want you to meet, and he'll introduce Juno to her, and they'll share a conversation about love and past times and all that kind of stuff. But no need to like do some drastic role play.
Yeah.
Just make fun.
It boils down to where you just they kind of connect, and almost as if she's known her for like the whole time, and just like she's like she looks at you and basically says, your artwork is beautiful, but she kind of gestures to Juno and just says,
I know she's a
it
masterpiece.
doesn't it doesn't quite compare. Yes, I agree. And then you guys kind of chit chat for a while, kind of transitioning to Tyler. Are you going with Victor?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
want to make sure where you're at. That's all.
Yeah.
So we'll transition to Victor, Tyler, Jill, heading to the Council of Stars.
Okay, now I guess we don't really have time for that. Darn it.
What?
Oh, I was thinking we could make a little sample because for that possible music commission thing we were talking about last time.
Yeah. Oh yes, that. I'll admit I almost forgot.
It's okay. I always forget.
Jill kind of speaks up and says, "Music commission."
Oh yes. So I played some elevator music. Actually, I don't. Am I supposed to know what an elevator is?
No, not really.
Are there elevators?
Okay, so I played
anywhere?
some floating platform music.
They're platforms that kind of go up and down.
It's one man who'd know if there's elevators or not. It's Victor.
the name or the word elevator was just a prototype. You're
I
not
mean,
sure
they
if
have
it's
they have elevators in mine shafts, right? Like they have like the wooden. This is a rope with a piece of wood. The bottom
yeah,
that
they
you just
don't.
pull it in.
I'm pretty sure they don't call out an elevator until like
Yeah, that's
later
like
on.
a pulley.
Yes.
Yeah, it's-
Sure.
I...
I mean, they probably had medieval elevators. Maybe they call them like lifts or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably called lifts, if anything.
So
They
we
probably
are
don't have
on this
music. So
floating.
they need like a bard on it all the time.
Lift music.
So we are on this floor that was floating up and down the shaft. And I started playing some music because it was just really boring. I mean, it was also kind of uncomfortable because the guy over we were riding with was just kind of freaking out and nothing we were doing was working. So some music was nice. And it really impressed Crow. So he said he would think about I guess, letting us make music for a commission.
Hmm.
Do you want to help?
I'm not sure I know how I could help.
Do you know how to play an instrument?
I don't. The uh, surrogate mother was more practical for most things. It's one thing I tend to enjoy by myself. I never really learned how to play instruments, though.
Would you like to learn?
We can teach you.
She's just like kind of like blushing because she's on the spot. And just like, sure.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
You
go ahead.
No, you go. You talk. You had much
Just
to say.
I didn't have anything.
think about whatever kind of instrument you may be interested in. I know how to play many of them, and I just compiled them all into my little thing here. Victor like pats his arm.
Are you a one-man band? Okay, do
I
you have
could
the
be.
thigh symbols? Yes or no?
Tylo, I don't have the actual instruments. I'm not going to be like one of those idiots who carries around literally every instrument of a single marching band.
I mean, you kind of do. It's just all in sound form.
Yes, it is created magically.
I mean, I could just raise my wand over here and just purr, 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 purr. But I don't do that. Mostly because you can't really learn from that.
Hmm.
Ooh, let's go to a music store since we have a couple hours.
I mean, I believe we need to meet with the Justicar.
Oh, I thought we were waiting for the group. Okay, we can just go
Do
right
you see
now.
the group anywhere?
No, that's why I thought we had some time.
In fact, my guess is that Artemis is already there. But
That is a good point. Okay, come on, Roy.
yes,
Coming.
follow along.
So, you guys make your way to the Council of Stars. Um, Artemis shouldn't be there, but if we want, we can just say that she's done and can join
Yeah,
in too.
I was gonna pop up fashionably late, I guess. I don't know, like just walk in. Yeah, I'll give them a few minutes to do stuff. Yeah, unless they're taking longer than an hour, whatever it is they're doing before they do that.
They shouldn't, but that's why I'm just leaving it up to what you would like to do, what you all would like to do.
I was just waiting for like a plausible reason for the group to show up together.
Yeah, well, I'll be there eventually.
Okay.
We'll
So,
give you guys a chance to talk without Artemis, and then Artemis can come in and talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go ahead and
Meep is with us too.
Meep.
Yeah, we'll use him to show, hey, not all the kobolds are necessarily on board with this.
Okay.
Not all kobolds.
Yeah. So you guys kind of walk in, and they kind of recognize who you are, and they see Jill, and a lot of them kind of like salute Jill as she kind of like walks in. And you kind of hear murmurs in the back of, "Oh, it's the savior of the port." And it's like, like whispered rumors, basically.
Oh, she has a title. That's cool.
So
savior.
got up to heroics.
She kind of blushes, kind of heavily. They needed a lot of help. I just ended it as I could, and I guess my heroics didn't go unnoticed. You kind of see like depictions from like one of the like an artist's rendition of the newspaper for tomorrow, and you see basically uh, Jill standing atop of a ship, and the kind of guns all firing, and her arms like kind of like what's her name? Jean Grey kind of have her like T-posing basically, but the bullets are all kind of like curving and going in different directions. That it seems like she was controlling multiple shots all at once to accurately take
they're
out
like
things.
firing non-explosive cannonade and musket
Yeah.
volleys and stuff, and like she's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
guiding all the shots.
Yeah,
like
basically
directly to
homing.
the head
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
heroics.
exactly. Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
cool stuff, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
Victor just like takes a look at one of these depictions, just like making sure to get that image saved.
she kind of like giggles, and you kind of like hear the I guess the news, like head of news or whatever, and she's just like, no, it needs to be more heroic. I want it bigger. I need pictures of that woman.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Exactly. She has to have a name. Who was the informant on the ground? Why didn't we get a new name? We got to give her a name. Come up with a comic book hero name for Jill.
Do they not know her actual name?
No, she was just known as a officer on board at the moment. So it's not public knowledge that Sagundian troops are actually here to form an alliance yet. So while we'll give you some time to think of the name, and but you guys,
I mean, Victor's not going up and saying it, so it's out of character.
yeah. So you eventually make your way back to kind of like the courtroom. The It seems a little bit busier, but more so for a Alistair's kind of like pacing, just kind of like damage control at this point. He sees you guys walk in, and kind of looks around and kind of waves his hand as most of the people are like ushered out, as well as like the guards kind of leave, and kind of looks at you and says, "I see you're back in good health." And he kind of gestures to Jill, Miss Hyde. What news have you brought from Tran? Anyone? Hello?
I thought you were
Yes.
asking Jill.
No,
Yeah.
he was. Jill didn't go to Tran. He's asking you
You
guys.
said Miss Hyde.
Yeah.
He said, "Nice to see you, Miss Hyde."
Okay. You didn't
How
mention that
was
he looked at us.
Trian?
Yeah.
Was the next line? It's like,
Yeah.
Like-
Trian was the town we were at, right?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Tran was the town that you were
It was on fire, but less so. I guess on
We
a
recovered
serious
your missing individuals. Well,
some,
some. One was
unfortunately,
lost.
two.
Hmm?
The rogue you were with, part of that group, and Bastion.
Yes.
I honestly, Tyler would remember the rogue's name, but I forgot.
It's Darklaw.
Yeah, murderers forgot. They got
Yes,
a bunch of shades up. But yeah.
Dark Claw was a traitor in the organization, managed to capture the others, and was in ties to a cult. Maybe two. At
We
least
conf-
one for sure.
we confirmed they were attempting to force people to ignite, utilizing that same drug. They were trying to do that to Medusa and Bastion. Though for some reason the procedure failed on them. They had some strange insect that was causing people to
Oh,
ignite
wait
in
a
such
minute. The
fashion.
insects. Tyler still has them.
They're under
Yeah.
your coat, just like
Yeah.
Uh,
you're just wearing a big trench coat, and they're all like under there, just like they're on to us, guys. They're on.
no, like they'd be floating up, like biblical angel style in that pattern.
Is
That's
that
how
actually
I
what they're doing?
roleplay last time.
Okay, if that's what they're doing, Victor like points up to him. Yeah, those ones. I think Tylo has controlling over those.
Don't worry, they are safe.
They're also easily dispatched.
He just looks like as if he's taking in a lot of information. Very stoic.
Oh, I can control bugs now.
I'm good. I'm glad. Uh, Olivia, who's behind you, kind of like waiting for you to tell him what happens. Kind of goes and kind of kneels before him, more like uh, a soldier saluting his superior or their superior rather. And you've seen that Olivia doesn't talk much. She's much more of a. It's not that she can't talk; she just doesn't. She's talking. She talks when talked to, but otherwise says very little. She kind of kneels or bows, and kind of he looks at her, gives her the at ease kind of, and she hands over like the notebook of things that they recorded, prior investigations, things leading up to it, this such, and he just kind of looks at it and goes, skims through it, reads it, and kind of paces and just says, "I see." That is unfortunate news to hear about Bastion, at least.
Yeah.
Did you recover his body?
Negative.
Uh,
It was
un-
unrecoverable.
unfortunately not. I dragged him away from the situation. He freaked out. His face was deep into that devil's ash, if that's what it's called. That drug you showed us. And then he started attacking people. I pulled him away, and I think he may have had the aneurysm or something.
He had to be dispatched.
But then his body just not long after.
It is truly a shame, but
Tylo
there will be
seems
casualties.
seems dejected by that.
Additionally, we did find another individual of interest. Victor gestures towards Meep. Like they probably didn't even notice him because he's like standing behind Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to like fear Meep or anything like that, but he just looks as just kind of like with a curious like Curious question. Like,
Yeah,
look
yeah, like
on it,
Victor does the whole steps aside, like with the arm out to present something in a big heroic manner. As like lights come down, and there's like nothing there. Then camera pans down. Camera, you know.
And
This
who is
is
this?
Meep. He's one of the kobolds. After we found him and we had to kill and resurrect him because of his various illnesses, wasn't exactly on board with the whole situation. There may be more defector kobolds within their ranks for whatever's left. I would recommend trying to find them. Maybe something could be learned.
We'll keep an ear to the ground. If they are spotted, we hope that the news of. I will send word to the guards. If any defector kobolds surrender, we shall treat them with kindness until we may further assess their loyalties, if that makes sense. He just kind of like nods to Meep, and Meep kind of like gives like a really like low bow, and then looks up and, you have job?
I promise him employment, which I will provide.
He's like, I see. He just kind of brushes aside the situation and says, I see. Well, that I see one, but you said the other Medusa is with you?
I believe she is with our other associate as of this moment.
RTS.
Okay. And how does
She
she
seems
fare?
to be talking. She lives. She seems relatively okay.
That's good to hear. You can kind of see Olivia kind of like give like roll her eyes a little bit, and
Who's Olivia?
Olivia is the
Olivia
dark
is
elf.
the archer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, she's there. Okay,
She's
gotcha.
like, oh damn it, that fucking bitch still alive.
Wait, why
Is
did
that
she
like
roll?
the expression?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that expression?
Probably guilt.
It's
She
not
rolled her eyes.
guilt. It's not when you say that she's doing relatively okay. She rolled her eyes when you said that because it's like she's really not. It's more of a tell that someone who knows her longer can kind of pick up on the things like she's not really doing okay, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, she doesn't talk much, but she just kind of like gives the outward appearance that what was said may not be truth, but it's not like you're lying. It's just you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
Artemis heard like the sight, like the crying. So like the whole day, Artemis has been giving like shitty ass motivational like poster quotes, like you have to be strong for them, and like you have to live on, and they're like some bullshit stuff,
Artemis
right?
like points her at a poster that says "Hang in there," and the cat's hanging
Right.
from a tree.
Well, no,
on a
it's
noose.
more of like Artemis is trying to impart wisdom that like she probably already knows, but just trying to like reinsure it kind of deal, right? To make her seem okay, but like he's in a better place, right? Shit like that. He can come play on the water slide as soon as he finds it.
Yep.
He's just lost in
Just
the
hope we don't find the razor
ever-expanding
blade one
void.
first.
so he's just like kind of picks up on and is like, I see. Well, you have my thanks for finding the two. I'm sure Jin will be ecstatic to hear the news. Kind of like looks at you. So the body was unclaimable. Bastion wielded a sword that we treasure as a great national treasure, basically, an heirloom of
Oh
sorts.
yeah, did that fall out of him?
No,
It got sucked back into the portal.
yeah. And
Okay, so it wasn't like a hexblade warlock where like when you die the weapon just pops up next to you.
Yeah, no. Was that retrieved as well, or
Tylo just shakes his head slowly.
We did not recover any such artifact.
Tylo will bring up that he tried to summon it, but it was sucked back through the portal halfway through.
He's just like, I see, kind of like
Do you know what that
a way
means?
of. He looks disappointed, not necessarily like at what you said, but just kind of like at the situation. Um, he kind of looks at you and says, "That is not necessarily a national heirloom, but more so, I guess, a religious one of sorts. It's a blade that is handed down to every champion of Kellenmore. The champion, the one who seems to take on most of the wills of Kellenmore at the time. There's typically only one ever named, and if there's two, then things tend to be strange. Not, it's only ever happened once, and that's why he kind of gestures to Bastion and says he had it.
Well, perhaps the next champion will come across it. If it is a
Yes.
so-called fabled blade.
So he was in Avatar?
Of sorts.
A champion, a paladin, whatever you wish to call them.
I mean, I wish not to sound rude, but there was something involving him that if he survived, uh, I'll talk about this a little later.
He just kind of like looks around. There's no prying gears in this room. If you wish to speak, you may speak your mind.
Well, remember when you said I could think about my reward uh, when I got back? My
Yes.
original reward was wanting to have a fight, a sponsored fight with Bastion. Of course, just until knockout. Are you familiar with pit fighting at all?
I am.
Right. So that was one of my two requests. Just to have a big audience for a fight between me and one of the heroes. And I want that to be Bastion. Though I feel saying it would be in poor taste given what has happened. I mean, saying it to you in general, not just the actual fact that uh, he's passed on.
It's quite alright. I understand. But as you can see, that request is a little hard to come by now. But I don't. Not upset at you for saying so. I'm glad that you at least spoke your mind. And the other request you had?
Well, you mentioned this before about possibly commissioning us, Victor and I, for some music. And before we go any further, I I was wondering if uh, Jin is a good fighter.
Beat up that pixie.
And of course his
Then we get to see a pixie absolutely backbreak Philo.
yes,
Just like Bane.
yes. Tyler will be a paraplegic.
He is just like, I don't. I've known Jin for a long time. I can't really say that I've ever seen him fight as the fighting pits, but I'm sure that he'd honor Bastion's or he would take on Bastion's duties. And if this is what you wish, then we can accommodate you. So
I'd be very thankful for that if he's comfortable. I'll ask him directly when I see him. Yes.
he's just like, fair enough. We'll arrange something for you. Um, as for the other matters of payment, you've done us, Zarath, the people, and Heidelin a great service, and have should Segundia ever need aid, they but need to ask.
Well, I'm glad he said that, because we are in need of such aid.
I imagine so. So, what other news of the pirates have you brought?
Oh yeah, I guess the pirates were kind of behind that cult.
The ones in prison?
Oh, no, not the ones in prison. The other. So there's two halves of pirates: the good pirates, which you have in jail right
The
now.
false pirate king was sort of behind the cult. Yes, the one who is the pirates that you have imprisoned who are loyal to the ex-queen Velta.
Yeah.
Yes, they are not a responsibility. Rather, the current leadership is, and they, as do we, seek to overthrow the current leadership and reinstate Velta.
Well, if I'm to release those pirates, we must first convince the Speaker of the Ground and Proxy of the People that these pirates are innocent before we can move forward.
I guess Artemis comes teleporting
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I was like, hint, hint, wink, wink, little finger.
Yeah.
Big
Okay, so
flashing
first,
sign.
yeah, another thing.
You're kidding.
Does Velta trust Artemis enough? Yes, to listen, to trust her, right?
I mean, you're trusted, but not necessarily to come out right now. Why? What are you
Yeah, I
trying
was
to
gonna
do?
ask if she wants to come with me to see her friends, like to see them free and like tell them stuff as they get free.
I will say no at this current point. As we said before, that they want to ensure everyone is, there. But well, back at Shark, the Silent Shark Code.
Okay.
So, but you come in.
No, yeah. I guess me and Medusa come in. Hello.
Okay.
Like a portal or something. Like, hey, what's up? What you guys doing?
Was about to bring you up.
And he kind of gives you like a nod of recognition, and then says, Miss Bain, it's good to see you in good health."
Yeah,
And
she's not doing too well, all the bad stuff that happens, everything. I've been trying to cheer her up though.
How does she look?
for the most part, she seems put together. You can probably glean a little bit of like red eyes, kind of puffy eyes, rather, but the makeup and mascara, you know, she's put together, but you can see visible signs of being a
Crying.
little distracted. Yeah, but it's a fresh wound still. A little time, and things would probably, be fine. But
And we're like, oh yeah, the other two members were super brainwashed.
don't say.
Yeah, I fixed it though. So apparently someone put it in their head that the pirates did it and don't back down on that no matter what. So also, I think Phoebe's going to one of your people. I don't know, the one that does farmers. Who's a farmer person?
Alessandra.
Yeah, she's probably gonna message or send something about some farmers going missing around like Tylo's age. I'm assuming they're taken by the cult to, impregnate. Probably Tarek's behind it. Yeah, so they were
I don't
brainwashed
think
to
they
like.
know about that.
But who knows about what?
I don't think Crow knows about the other cult.
He looks expectantly.
I'm like, oh yeah, Tarek, this guy, really pretty guy, girl, love cult. I don't know, something like that. He fucked Tylo and gave him a baby, and I'm assuming that they are doing the same thing.
Kind of looks at Tylo and
Or not.
just says, "Congratulations."
I lost it.
My condolences.
It was going to kill me, but
Oh, trouble with the pregnancy?
I successfully terminated the infection.
I don't think
I
calling
was
babies
imagining-
is quite.
I was gonna say, does Victor pull out the limp fetus?
Yes.
Victor calling.
This is what you may be looking for. It doesn't seem to operate like a normal mind flayer spawn.
Oh.
And also,
You know
Victor
what
calling
mind player
babies.
is.
Victor calling
And also,
babies
when you
disease
shake it,
probably.
it looks funny.
What'd you say?
Victor calling babies diseases is pretty on the nose for Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like says, as I said, like, I don't think babies. Oh my god!
Yeah.
For the most part, he's been pretty calm and collected, but this has been like a very noticeable shock to his system.
You should have seen it coming out. Ooh.
It was quite a vomiting fit, yes.
I had morning sickness.
I was trying to make him think it came out your pee hole.
Why would you do that?
Because it'll be funny when he thinks about it.
I
Never
mean,
mind.
depending on the
Yeah.
thing's position in the body at the time, which may vary, that could be possible.
Like how
it'll
she
probably hurt.
knows?
I pity whoever.
It's like a kidney stone. Really big
Extremely
kidney stone.
terrifying kidney stone, yes.
A kidney stone with teeth.
Okay. So yeah, there's a person kidnapping people, fucking them, and putting, I guess, those tadpole things in them. You might want to look into that. Apparently it's happening in the farmers. So that's one thing. Second thing, yeah, everything's we took care of the other cult, bug cult, weird bug cult that Shadow Edgelord dude was behind. Yep.
Okay.
And Kai's friend, wherever Kai is, I don't know where he is. Y'all lose him?
He said he had to
I'm not responsible for keeping track.
complete a
Good answer.
complete a promise.
Okay. So he's gone forever. Got it.
He'll turn up.
I mean,
Uh,
the track
I've seen
record
in
of
his
him and his friends, when they
dreams.
disappear, they're gone forever, or for a really long time.
I'll see him in his dreams.
Okay, that's gay, but sure, that's fine.
That was a good one.
You see Alice just kind of like taking in all that's being said and kind of pulls out his own notes and just kind of like files anew, like starts to like document basically what you're telling him. And sure enough, within the conversation, a guard kind of comes in and just hands him a report. Sure enough, confirming what you've said. And he just like seems distraught by it. And he looks at you and says, Do you know the motive of this? You said love cult?
Seems like there's fucking people giving them babies.
Being that being how quickly this thing acts and the lack of mutations to Tylo, though he only had it for maybe a day or so. And as the person who is performing these impregnations doesn't seem to have altered himself in any way into, the form of a usual mind flare. Perhaps mind control?
Yeah, they're either dead or mind controlled by now.
Yes.
Whatever the outcome is of the little tadpole baby, it's probably already happened. Especially if they took him. If they took him and like put him in a cage or something and then did it and then just left him there, they probably can't do anything about it.
Do you know what they're after?
Nope.
I guess Tarek said to spread love, to know no bounds, but how I understood it as is to possibly have everyone think the same or believe similar things. Just
Psychological uniformity. Yes.
I don't know the yes that.
So above game, do you also mention about the weapon that he was seeking?
The weapon. I'm trying to remember that one.
He was the
Like
whole
Hero.
reason the whole reason he was helping Hero was because Hero promised to either give him the weapon that he sought after or lead him to clues as to what he was looking for. But
Wait, the
he
god-killing
didn't.
weapon? Oh,
It wasn't ever said that it was a god-killing weapon. He said it was a great weapon that could basically fight away the evils of the world, so that love could prevail. Is basically what he said.
so Tylo would just recite exactly that. Yeah, there was this weird conversation between, I guess, the two cult leaders or acting cult leaders, Derek and the other one. And was that like a weapon to bat away evils? Does that ring any bells?
Looking for the sword, right? For a weapon. I'm looking
What?
for a weapon. Kai's looking for a weapon. Bastion had a weapon. They look a lot of weapons.
A lot of weapons for a group that doesn't use weapons. So
Yeah.
I got a spear. Granted,
Yeah,
it's for
shovel.
fishing, but still.
yeah, I was gonna say, have you used it?
For fishing.
Got a
I mean,
shovel.
my voice and mouth is a weapon to Victor, so I mean, just hearing me is kind of hurting.
Oh, hi, Kai.
Wait for the day that he removes your tongue.
Alistair says it doesn't ring any bells to me. Speaking of cult leaders, did you manage to apprehend any of them?
No,
did.
we didn't. We don't have any of them.
I think Tarek was the one we seen, and he left. And then there was like kobolds. They're all dead.
They either died or escaped.
I mean, technically the only one we got, and I point at the kobold we have.
Me.
He's your best bet to know anything about the cults. Let me see. Other than that,
So, what did the leader of the kobolds look like then? If we need to put out wanted posters, so
he did. If wasn't he? I didn't see any leaders of kobolds. I seen people that were like talking with kobolds, but let me see. The person that was working with the pirates, he's potentially, let's say he's dead. Good enough, he's dead. But
potentially he's dead.
yeah, I don't want to say much about that. That ain't my place. But Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So that person's dead. I do air quotes. And he was brainwashing the pirates, but not brainwashing the pirates, being tricked by the pirates. And the pirate leader is actually bad and betrayed my girlfriend, Belta. Yep.
he seems to like rub his temples like.
I know it's a weird story, but yeah, just don't worry about it. Everything's good. The pirates in jail are fine. They're good guys. They help Belta, and they're the only good pirates. That's why your people were being brainwashed. Think they're bad pirates because the bad pirates wanted to get rid of them.
Oh,
All
do you
checks
mind
out.
letting them go, by the way?
Yeah.
It'll take me a day to submit the formal request to do so. We'll have the meeting with the Council of Stars. If I put the paperwork in now, I should be able to have the meeting by end of day and have them released by tomorrow morning.
Mhm. What about out of character, the Jill person, the one that speaks to Crystal? Where is she? Is she part of any of this?
Jill, she's down below. She tends to like to stay close to Mother Heidelin. I mean, she's not really the going out type. She has accommodations on the grounds, but she doesn't really leave much.
So you just do all the work?
I'm the Justicar. I'm the one who does the law. She's the um, speaker of the stars. So I don't know what
Okay.
you mean by do all the work. We have our own jobs.
No, I thought you meant like you vote on things and stuff.
We do.
Okay, cool. Well, you get on that, I guess, and guys, tomorrow. I don't know what else we need to talk about with you. Let's see.
He says, if you have any other formal requests for payment, you can leave it at the front desk, and they'll get to you as quickly as they can.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, he kind of like pulls out from his own uh, coffers a sack that has 500 gold for each. He says it's not much, but thank you for at least returning 2 of our heroes.
Oh yeah. No problem. You know, it wasn't just for you. I was gonna go save Medusa for my own. You know.
All in a day's work.
Olivia seems okay too. It's pretty quiet. I like that.
It's
She just kind of like like that like quiet goth girl who just kind of gives you like a thumbs up and just kind of.
Oh yeah, like Victor looks over to you. Oh, I wish to inquire. How are your bones feeling? Have they mended properly?
They're okay.
Okay, good to know.
So while you were examining her, you could tell that her body has had several bone breaks. This isn't the first time. It seems like she's broken several ribs. There seems to be like on the back, her backside, there seems to be like scars, basically. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Yeah, Victor gave her some of his serum to help her, but of course it's gonna take time. Yeah. Investigation. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. 29.
So, just kind of whenever you were kind of like performing your, she was unconscious and you were applying serum and things. you would get a lot of like. You could assess that this individual does a lot of aerial type uh, movements, and you just get a little bit kind of like a sense of her background, that she's a very like soldier type individual. Um, while she doesn't have a rank, it seems that she's ex-military, is what you can probably glean from this individual. But just some,
And she got absolutely crunched by a businessman who's into boxing.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, just some basic information you would probably know or figure out when just kind of treating her.
Alright, did I glean anything from her when I fixed her mind? Like,
Yeah,
anything weird?
she during the day she is part of the heroes. At night she's a Cape Crusader.
Gotcha. She's okay.
She's a vigilante.
But wait, is it a very like very easily seen vigilante? It's like she just like looks exactly the same. She puts a mask on.
It's really, yeah.
It's Superman with the glasses, but she's trying to be
not.
Batman. But she's
It's not. So
She's
you also
so
glean her last name. It's Green.
she's Green Lantern trying to be Batman.
No, she's not Green Lantern.
Oh yeah,
the-
Green Arrow. Toy, I'm an
Green
idiot.
Arrow.
Yeah. Olivia Green, yeah.
Yeah.
So she just puts a cloak. Well, she already has a cloak, so she just puts a mask on,
Yeah,
like little Zorro mask. Yeah.
Her cloak is a green cloak, and she has a mask on. But yes, she's a vigilante. Vigilante.
But does everyone know who she is?
They refer to her as the Green Hood, but
It's the Red Hood, but green.
yeah, but you know that you would know by looking at her memories that the group knew it was her. They know it was.
Yeah. Is it weird? Like, because they can just like go out at night and do the same thing.
So
without her.
It was more so when they recruited her.
Oh, okay.
Beforehand,
so she was okay.
She was a mass vigilante, yeah.
Okay.
And then kind of this is what she does now, so she's more in the light.
Okay. So potentially all the scars and stuff came before she was a division. When she was
yes, absolutely, yes.
When she was by herself. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
But,
okay.
But yeah, you can also glean that she seems to be an arcane archer of sorts. So
how good is she? Like, is she like lawful good or chaotic? I guess she's chaotic good, right? She's like Robin Hood.
She's more on the lawful side, but it's in that like weird, like Batman is kind of like both, but he tries to stay within the law, but what he does is very against the law. So
Batman is extremely chaotic. Cops
he
don't
breaks the
usually torture
law
criminals
all the time. Yeah.
Breaks the
I
law
guess
for
that's
the greater
true.
good.
Batman breaks so many fucking laws.
Yeah, it's like Robin Hood. Yeah, it's like chaotic good.
I guess that's the best way to put it. Then, yeah.
Breaks into people's houses.
Sorry, I was gonna say. I guess it's that misconception that so Darklaw was like, "I'm chaotic good." I'm like, motherfucker was torturing people. I'm like, you're not chaotic good. But it was for the greater good. I'm like,
torture's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, the lady stiffed us on the rope. She made us pay 3 gold. Her life was forfeit.
If you're not good and you're like that, then you're lawful neutral. So
I'm just saying, I assume Hitler thought he was chaotic good as well.
I feel like Hitler thought he was lawful good. I don't know what to
well, I mean, he was chaotic good at first, but then once he took over, then he was lawful good.
I mean, Victor thinks he's lawful good.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean,
Victor is.
That's why he hid. That's why he hid the part about the statue that turns invisible.
Victor thinks he's lawful good, but he's probably lawful evil.
He is lawful evil.
I'm just saying Victor probably knows he's lawful evil.
Yeah, because Victor is still staying somewhat within the law when he does his stuff, but like Hitler was taking over shit. Yes, not lawful taking over places.
For now.
Yeah. Once you take it, then you can be lawful.
I am law.
I am the law. That's what Victor's doing.
But yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna press her on anything. She seems okay. But I would tell her that if she ever wants to hang out, just just like hang
She
out
just-
with the, like in the water slide area or something. Like just hang out within the greater group of Artemis's group of peoples.
Yeah, she just kind of like nods and gives you a thumbs up,
Mhm.
and kind of like looks at Medusa, kind of takes her by the hand, um, puts her hands together, and just kind of like kisses her knuckles, basically, just like brings them together and just puts her lips against her hands, and
That's gay.
it's
Thumbs up.
it doesn't seem like sexual in a way,
Oh, I
but
know,
more
I
so
know,
like
I know.
yeah.
That's all.
But
It's like a good luck thing.
she
Like,
yeah and just kind of like nods to her, and Medusa just kind of nods back and says, "I'll be fine." And she kind of nods and goes away.
yeah. Artemis will walk up behind her and put her arm around Medusa. Like, it's fine. I'll make sure she stays safe. It's good.
She
You guys hear thunder in the background from my mic? That's Victor. It is a storm going on right now.
oh god.
That's just Victor. Don't mind him. He's fixing something on like one of his things.
Artemis is like, none of my people have died yet.
What?
I'm talking to Livia.
She just kind of like nods her head, and kind of salutes to Alistair as she kind of backs off and backs away, and says, Alistair Crow then says, "Was there anything else I can help you with at this moment?"
No. I look at Medusa. Anything you wanted to?
Yeah, Medusa's just like, yeah, and she kind of steps up and hands him like a a letter, basically, and he has a curious look on his face as he takes the letter and undoes it and starts reading it, and just kind of closes it as it says, "Are you sure?" She kind of nods her head. I guess I can't stop you then. The people of Zarath will miss one of their heroes, but if that's what you wish. She kind of nods her head. And she kind of looks back at Artemis and just kind of gives you a smile and just kind of nods. You get that she, gave them like a letter of resignation of stepping away.
I was like, you can come back whenever you want and help, your friends do stuff. And they need you and all. It's cool. We can even come back and help too.
She said she's still within her smile and just says, "Yes, but if I'm to devote myself to a new cause, I can't be playing second fiddle to. I must devote myself to you because this is where I feel like change is going to happen."
Yeah, Artemis walks up and like hugs her. It's like, good answer. That is a good answer. See, you guys can learn. I point at like Flo and stuff. It's okay, Flo. You're still cool. I hug Flo too.
You can kind of see like a jealous, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta keep Flo on her toes. You gotta. But
it's just like, they, just like Flo is just getting like that, like squinty-eyed look. He's just like,
yeah. It's okay.
but
It's okay.
unless there's anything else to be said, you are escorted up. Unless
Yeah.
you have anything else to say or want. But on the way out, Alistair just looks at, or calls to her, just looks at Jill and says, "Miss Hyde, it's with my utmost gratitude and that I thank you for helping the citizens of Draft. And I know you sustained injury, if there's anything within our power. We'd be more than happy to repay a debt. And he kind of bows a little bit, and so it's that higher figure kind of showing respect. And she just kind of goes, just help Sagundia in any way you can. And she just kind of gives a smile.
Does Sagundia have an embassy here?
Not yet.
Alright.
Oh, Alistair, one thing actually. If you're going to be going into diplomatic and potential military alliance, it may be in our interest to establish a permanent embassy here.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I have a couple of office suites that are available to use. We'll go ahead and set one up. If you would reach out to Asta to send a diplomat over, we would greatly appreciate it.
I will do as such.
Helios.
Just kind of like, well, if there's nothing more I can help you with, I bid you adieu. I will get on submitting that paperwork for you.
Just an eye.
Is
God so fit to grace me with a spare.
he kind of just like leave your inn that you're staying at with the front desk, and we'll contact you tomorrow morning, or just meet here tomorrow morning. But you got the majority of the day to yourselves now, as you kind of believe. So
Yeah, Artemis, like, I guess write something up to submit to Alistair, like whenever he gets
yeah.
around to like naming Artemis Lord of Murder of the city, you know, whatever that cult thing, whatever, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, or of the area, I don't know, because he's like the leader of the whole continent, right? But like,
I mean, he's not the leader. It's a council.
yeah, it's a council, I know, but I'm just saying, like, he can like submit that, like,
Yeah.
Paul
You were
is no
told to
longer
like
Lord of Murder, but
all the,
Artemis
like,
is, and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, you were told to leave all that with the like front desk, basically.
Yeah, and I named Medusa my cult leader for the area. So anything they need to talk to me about, they can submit it through her and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So she can like stay here still whenever I'm not, like, whenever we're not doing anything, and you know.
Okay. Kai, how are you rejoining the group? Or are you just gonna be solo fiddle today?
Yeah, so I was just, I guess, take care of the business at the mural, spend some time while they chit chat, and then make our way back to the, I guess, the area where they would be expected to be coming out of.
Okay, yeah. So
Door.
as you guys are finishing up, leaving any requests at the front desk, and you kind of come out and see Kai and Juno there.
Oh yeah, before we leave, I want to try something. I want to try and like interact with Alistair to use the crystal on him, just to be sure he's not mind controlled, and to see if like I can even like penetrate him, or is he like too high level, right? Like, if I get the like, oh, he's too high level, I'm like, okay, cool, he's fine, right? That's even easier.
I'm gonna say go ahead and roll for it, although it is a high DC.
Okay.
So
it's a DC. Oh, that doesn't help then. Damn. Okay. Because I was saying, if it's because if it's a set thing, like if their X challenge rating higher than you or something like that or whatever, then they just can't work. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I could roll poorly, but then the bad guys could have rolled high, and so I can't really like cross him off as like, okay, he's cool, right?
So there is a threshold, but I would say that he's just at that threshold, personally, like where he could be, but it's. What I'm saying is, like, you're going to, and you feel like you could if you tried really hard, but you're trying really hard, so you don't know.
So the bad guys probably couldn't have tried really hard, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to do anything.
So I don't know if that answers your question or anything.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. So I want to do it to Jill as well to see if anything happens. I want to do it to the crystal too. See if I can talk to the getting like, I don't know if the crystal has a mind, but I mean.
Yeah. So you go.
Are you a crystal? What?
I mean, The
Nah,
crystal
it's gonna
hide
counter crystal your crystal. It's gonna.
one.
The rock will help me. I'll use his strength. Hold her down.
So you
Disaster in Zeroth. The fucking giant crystal got suplexed.
I just put the rock on top of the crystal. Hold her down.
Hold her down.
so you kind of like focus through the crystal, through the gem, and
Mhm.
try to, as you've done before, kind of alter or probe a mind of this crystal, and you're met with resistance, like to a point of just shut out, even like quicker than
Okay.
Alistair.
Okay.
But
okay.
then
Like,
in return, someone speaks to you and says, "What is it that you wish to know?"
I was just checking to make sure you weren't mind controlled. It's cool. We good.
There's no response.
Okay. Bye, Crystal. Walk around. Just like pat it.
I was
and
gonna
walk
say
away.
this is the first time you've heard her too, right? I believe Tyler was the only
Yeah, I
one.
think so. Yeah,
Tyler
but
and
I
Victor.
think. But has anyone
Right.
mentioned that you heard a crystal? But I mean, I know Joe, the other person can speak to the crystal, so I assume it speaks back. 'Cause, I mean, anyone technically can speak to a crystal. You just talk at it. So I assume that means she can hear the crystal. So if I heard the crystal, I'm like, okay, they're not crazy at least.
They're not crazy like that.
Yeah, it's like Noah. Like, yeah, does Bush talk to me? He gave me these things. It's cool, right? That we all follow this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's cool. It's like, has anyone else heard this Bush talk? It's like, nah, we're just gonna believe him. It's like, okay.
House is on fire
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
As far as Jill is concerned, Jill Levon, not Jill Hyde.
Yeah.
You don't see
One
any
L,
like.
Jill.
She seems to be easily just you got it.
Oh, that's not
It's not what you think. It's actually kind of, I don't know how you would interpret it. Nick would interpret it more of a kind of like a sad life of like a nun that started off as a nun as like a
Okay.
kid, like
good. I
raised
could-
as a nun basically.
I know what I want to do. Yeah, I know what I want to do. I want to give her like fond memories, right? Like things she can look back onto and be like, "Oh man, I remember when I was a kid and we played like around." Right? There's some false memories.
Right.
It's like if anyone's seen the the new Blade Runner.
I have
Just-
not, but I've
Yeah.
seen other things like
Yeah, there's this a
shows and
woman. So
movies
there
that
has a
done that.
specific woman's job. Her job is to create memories to give to the artificial humans. So they have these like awesome memories, so they don't just look back and like I've been a rope, right? They don't just like kill themselves for like having nothing in their head. So they have like birthday parties and like going out like in the woods and stuff, even though like there's no. Yeah, so she's like basically fabricates memories for them. It makes them happy. So if she seems like she's sad, I'm gonna make her happy. Help her out.
It doesn't seem like she's sad.
But she seems like she had a
like-
sad life.
Yeah, it seems like for any other person, it might have been a very like, this is my life, like this side of just monotonous.
So this is the thing though. She's been like since she was a kid, this is all she knew, right? So when she's like offered like this is your job to speak for the crystal, she's like, okay, this is what I was raised for, to speak for the crystal. But if I give her memories of like a decent life, and now in her head she can be like, fuck this crystal life, I'm gonna go live a good life, right? And I want her to be able to like see that and make that choice, basically causing chaos potentially, but it's not a bad thing. It's probably bad
for the
good of the
chaos for
person.
the good
Chaos
of,
for
yeah.
chaos, Nick.
It was chaos for the good of the person potentially. And if she's like, you know what, my duty to this crystal is more than that awesome fun stuff, right? It's like the devil tempting you with like good stuff, right? Yeah, it's up to her if she's
Trying to be the devils, yeah.
yeah. It's like it's just seeing if she rather do something else with her life over talking to a crystal.
You don't change her devotedness.
No, I don't.
You just implement like other things.
Yeah, as implement other things. Like if she had like two lives she lived. Basically, she lived two separate lives in her head, and she can pick which one she wants to live.
Right. You see a change in demeanor.
Starts killing people. It's like, whoa, my bad.
No. No. Just the overall change as you kind of like see it kind of develop and like recognition kind of goes in, like remembering things and just kind of like being more acquainted with these new memories. She was kind of like a quiet, very stoic kind of
Studious.
looking face. Yeah. The face kind of eases up, looks more cheerful, at least more happy. But she doesn't seem to like leave. And even as you probe like surface thoughts of things, she just seems more content with her life.
Yeah, she doesn't like saying like, "What have I been doing?" Just run out the room. Like, fuck that,
exactly.
Crystal. Yeah, I'm like I put my hand on her shoulder and it's like, well, hope that helps. And
I think the change is actually one for.
Yeah, it's good. Like she can see that because she probably had thoughts in her head of like, what have I been missing my whole life? But now she can see what she's been missing. She's like, okay, I'm okay with where I'm at.
It's not even that. It goes actually deeper than that. It's more of a. I was raised this way because that's what they thought that needed to be done. But shown that giving
I would end
a
up here
child
no
an
matter
actual
what.
life and still being able to do this is capable. So you may change the kind of the way that the Speaker of the Star is generations from now.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I was just seeing that. So even if she was just a random commoner that grew up on the streets, living out, or a rich or whatever, living her life normally without being in this like nun life, she would eventually ended up here because she would have chose this. It wasn't like now it's not forced on her. She willingly chose it now. Like, either way, hope that helps. Good luck. Have fun talking to the crystal. She talked to me earlier. Doesn't really say much, but that's cool.
Yeah. You kind of probe back to kind of like some of the memories of whenever they said that Tylo heard the crystal talk and Victor heard the crystal talk. That there was like a jealousy. That I trained my whole life for this, and then just these people kind of like. So when you say that, a little bit of that, like what you would have expected, jealousy is just kind of like more like contentness, basically.
Yeah, it's like it's cool. It's good you're not getting jealous, but I mean, I am a god, so I can do stuff. Bye. Fun. With whatever you do in this house by yourself.
Maybe get some crystal in your body, bitch.
One of Victor's penis attachments.
I don't know. That has a lot of like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't know if is that a pickup line or.
Well, Victor's got crystals in him. That's why the crystal talked to him.
Yeah. I mean, you walk up to someone, it's like, Victor can use as a pickup line. Like, you look very attractive. You must have a little robot in you. It's like, no. It's like, oh, would you like a little robot in you? Yeah. That would be Artemis's one for like god of divinity and stuff like that, right? Like, very attractive. You must have some like, I don't know, god in you. It's like, no. Like, would you like a little? Or in my case, a big no. It's up to you. Sizes varies. Oh yeah.
So after shenanigans and leaving requests, you come outside and there Tylo and Juno's waiting for you.
Kai and Juno.
Kai.
Kai and Juno. Sorry.
We didn't lose you.
We are loping by now.
Say what's up, guys?
I told you they'd turn up.
Hanging out. You didn't get lost. I thought you would have disappeared forever.
Yeah, that's usually my case, but I got my compass with me.
Damn. Objectifying women and all already.
Yeah, something like that. She keeps me in order, so I mean, call it what you want.
I mean, she can turn into gauntlets, so...
Yeah, we already talked about that she's like a objectified. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of objects, Tyler just hands Kai share the money. There's 500 small objects in here.
That sounds good. Are these objects shiny? Jingle the bag.
Pretty shiny. I have a
big sack of gold with a $sign on it.
Unfortunately, mine weren't chocolate, but maybe yours are.
You know what? I don't think I want 500 chocolate bars, despite my overly increasing kind of pats his stomach appetite. Have we eaten yet today, guys?
I
Me?
was
No.
thinking just yet.
Technically never. So who's hungry? Susan, Flo, you guys hungry?
Always.
Yeah, I know you always, Flo. It's fine.
Oh well, that was Sona or Flo rather.
Yeah.
Medusa's like, I could eat.
Yeah, you guys gotta remind me when you're hungry, because I don't eat, so, you know, I don't... I guess I'm a bad... You know what? I shouldn't say master, because that applies to other things as well. Because I'm thinking of, like, you know, pets needing to feed them, and my pets would die if they couldn't speak, I guess, because I don't eat and I remember. It's fine.
Boss.
Yeah, lunch breaks. Close enough. Okay, well, I guess we can go get food. Where are we getting food?
I do know there's this restaurant just a bit up the way.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, Medusa, you're from here. Is there anything, like, really nice you like?
Depends on your price point.
We're rich. Infinite amounts of money.
Oh, I mean,
We're the
if you're looking
heroes.
for the best of the best, then I mean,
Oh, not the best.
there's.
Just like not like it's whatever you think
Oh,
is good.
I mean, the way you said it just made me feel like you were trying to flaunt your money. But
Oh yeah. No. Like it's not just like what's the most expensive, but like what do you think is the best?
well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant that was made by Gordon Knox down the way. It's Tylo would probably have heard of Gordon Knox. Your brother works for Gordon Knox in Queenstown.
Ah. Is
You would know him as a world renowned chef.
Does he? So he works there?
No, he came and opened a restaurant. He named someone the head chef there, and they've been running it for the last 10 years, I think, something like that.
That's good enough for me. Let's go to good place. Hmm.
Is there anything particular Tyler would know about the Gordon Knox franchise?
Yeah, you have to be like well within the know to get like even like reservations for this place. Like all the Gordon Knox like establishments are like always just booked, just always.
We're like the
So
heroes. We have several heroes with us. We have like new heroes and old heroes. I mean, come on.
So you get from the way that Medusa speaks about it, she could probably just pull some strings and get a table.
Yeah.
If you're not
Tell-
looking for the best of the best, you can kind of see her expression kind of get a little sad, and just says, "There's a nice hole in the wall that sells these meat sandwiches that are dipped in drippings."
Nope, that
They're
doesn't make you sad. That
more-
place seems like it makes you sad. Nope, we're not gonna go there. Best of the best for my peoples. And Armors puts an arm around Flo and Medusa. To the best.
Where is that hole in the wall located?
It's on the west side of town. It's a little hole in the wall called Margie's.
We'll go there
definitely
later when
try
it doesn't make you
sometime.
as sad.
She just kind of like kind of chuckles when you say that, and just says, "Well, let's go."
Yeah, I can kind of guess why it's making you sad. Don't worry about it. Fine. Be happy.
Jill, are you going to accompany them?
She kind of like takes you by the hand. Just, I'll go wherever you go.
Yeah.
That's
Go
Well, I
with
mean,
me.
I was just curious if you were hungry. I mean, I would come with you, and yeah.
She's like, I haven't eaten. Well, I've eaten just not recently. So
Come on,
But I
Victor,
could use something.
bring Joe. Come on, let's go. She needs to eat. It's
Well, let's
awkward
go then.
bullshit.
Which direction?
You're like fucking kids. Come on.
Yeah.
She's just like, the way that they keep talking about this place, I don't know if I have the budget for this place.
It's cool,
I'll
Victor.
pay
Don't
for it. Come on.
worry, we got paid.
Yeah, it's fine. Your boyfriend's rich. Hopefully, he can spend money on for food.
What about Meep and Roy? Are we just gonna leave them to their own devices?
I thought okay. I
Me,
thought
are you
they were
hungry?
coming with us.
Hold on. So you asked me, "Are you hungry?" He just goes, "Yes," and then you just hear.
Yeah, like I don't know when the last
Yes.
time he ate was.
What did you say, Tyler?
I assumed they were just coming with us at the time, but if it had to be some sort of coaxing, Tylo would have grabbed Meepo's and Roy's hands like, okay, come on guys, let's go.
And Roy is
But-
incapable of eating because
Listen, we eat at the table not just for the food, but to have a conversation.
I don't think of it. Is that like rude to eat in front of people like that can't eat?
no.
They don't want to.
No, like as someone who's, I don't know.
As someone who doesn't eat, no.
Okay, yeah, I don't eat either. I never took offense to it. I just didn't know if like maybe Roy's like, I remember when I eat, it was good, and now I can't. And he gets all sad.
Okay, good, son.
Just checking.
I
Okay.
don't really remember much about eating.
No, okay, cool. You're not gonna remember how good it was. Walk away.
Jeez. Oh, that's rough.
Yes, Medusa. So where'd you say the place was? Give me an address, if you know.
Yes, it's located on Main Street. Top building, really fancy. You shouldn't miss it. There's a maitre d' out front.
All right.
If you get there before us, just say that the Bain family has a special table here, and they'll
I
set it
intend
up.
to.
Well,
Victor picks up Jill and flies away. Just like sudden bridal carry, Chad glider forms. Zoom.
That used to be me.
Juno starts looking at Kai, and just like.
Oh, you want to fly?
That's romantic.
If I put on my back and I take flight.
Yeah, you kind of like give her a piggyback, and she's just got like her arms out, like making the sounds, just very.
No, I can
like,
literally fly.
Oh, you can fly.
Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Artemis is like, okay, Flo, you gotta carry us. Gotta be romantic. Come on, let's
How
go.
long can you keep this up though? Okay.
Level 12?
13.
Oh, 13, then yeah. A key point per one. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not that far. I'm pretty sure I'm fast as fuck, so I have to go pretty fast and far.
It doesn't say there's. Oh yeah, it says 1 key point per turn.
Burn damn.
Yeah. We can just flavor it and like we can just hand wave it.
No,
if
no,
that's
no. It's
okay.
even funnier. He runs out before, and so he's just on fire by the time he's there.
Tyler just has to catch up.
Dude, I'm moving
Tyler
like
just has these baseball
70
gloves.
70 feet. So I'm pretty sure I can get down pretty far.
You just leave Tyler with all the kids. It's fine. Because Artemis is gonna be like, okay, Medusa, open a portal. Let's beat all these noobs here, and just we all just walk through a portal and at the front door. I mean, I can walk through a portal and be at the table if she knows where it is.
She doesn't. The table changes itself.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well, either way.
more so like they break out a special table. You know what I'm saying? Like it
gotcha.
can be anywhere. It just depends.
He's got a special table from the back. Okay. Yeah, so we just open a portal and pop up there since everyone's like trying to compete with each other.
Yeah, I mean, Victor was just joking in the first place, but yeah.
I was like,
Tyler
really,
just
he
guys,
wants to
want
take
to be
Jill
left
for
yeah,
behind.
yeah. Artemis is like, they left us. It's like the girl in Jurassic Park.
Roy looks down at Meep and goes,
Who's holding who?
"I guess we're walking." And Meep Meep kind of like raises his hand. Roy kind of gives the equivalent of a stillborn smile, takes him by the hand, and just like walks him.
And that's when Meep drags him down into the sewers. Is like, I know a faster route. I knew it.
No, I don't know if they know where it is.
We go this
Tylo
way.
will play travel music, I guess, because they're
I imagine Meep tries to pull him down in the sewer, but Tyler's just like, you probably
See,
should.
I don't know if Meep would know this sewer.
He's a kobold. He knows all the sewers. Just
No,
inherently.
he knows
It's
how
part
to
of
like
nature.
walk through the sewer, but I mean, you might not be able to lead to there. I mean, I guess it could.
yeah.
Takes him longer. He's like, God damn, why did I just go straight there?
You know, let's see if Tylo's gonna lead the charge. Let's see if he gets lost.
It's right down the street.
Oh, if it's just right down the street, that's just
Well, it's on
Okay.
Main Street, so I assume Main Street. All streets lead to Main Street because it's the main street.
not necessarily. But I mean, some street like some pathing would lead there. It's on the west side. No, wait. Sorry, that's the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
if the
is-
directions are easy to follow and the place is easy to find,
Yeah, she
Tylo
sounds
would
like
just-
super like nice, right? So it's probably like the nicest area on thing on Main
Which
Street.
is
Nice
nearby,
restaurant.
so yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
far from where you guys are already at. So
Yeah, Tyler just wants to make sure his friend and his girlfriend doesn't fall. Well, his friend's girlfriend. But yeah.
wait, what?
Me. In
Because he probably because Kai would probably have about a minute and a half
Yeah,
of
it's like-
flight before
It's like
he
12 turns later.
starts hurting.
Yeah, he lands. He's like, okay. He has to carry her the rest of the way. It's like, I'm not saying you're fat or anything, but come on.
How far is this place?
I would say that you could probably get there in about like 2 minutes. Like you probably land right as you're like burnt out. You're just like you're like like it feels like a slow landing. You're just like calculated. But Artemis is there, as is sorry, Victor and Jill.
Yeah, like when Victor arrives, he pulls a standby for Tiadenfall kind of thing.
It's like, you guys are slow. Yeah. Sticks her tongue out.
Tyler is just playing jaunty tunes with the other two in the back.
Yeah.
Either way, someone's gotta walk in and set the table up, so we probably gonna be waiting either way.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm just imagining Tylo, Roy, and Meep going through the sewers, and Tylo's playing fucking Secret Tunnel from Avatar.
It's like there's walking down the
Secret
street
tunnel.
doing like the Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa like dance as they walk, like
Okay,
just
better yet.
like walking in line.
It's just the Three Stooges, yeah.
Yeah, there's like tall.
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna
I assume
Matata.
Tylo has to be in the middle though, because because he's probably shorter than the robot.
Yeah, shorter than the robot. Yeah, probably shorter than the robot. How tall is Roy?
How tall was the
Victor never makes a steelborn under 6 foot unless necessary.
Okay, yeah. Tylo is shorter than Roy.
You get to be Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
of course we're surrounded by bugs. Oh right, the bugs.
Yeah, so people like hear like a jaunty tune and then just hear.
No, like the bugs are actually dancing to the beat.
Okay. You just see like ants. They're just kind of conga lining behind you guys. But you eventually get there. You've added a couple of people to the conga line.
Oh yeah, and it's of course tourist Tylo attire.
I guess Meep's leaving.
So what?
Forgot the order.
It goes Meep, Tylo, Roy, and then some random folks. And Tylo, again, is wearing that tourist attire for the whole thing.
So you eventually get to the restaurant. By this time, they have set up the table, and you don't see your friends because they're inside already. You go up to the maitre d', and what do you say?
Tylo just kind of. So Tylo, as he's wrapping up the song, turns around. We're here, guys. Hi.
We heard
did
you
you
about a block away.
Oh, hi,
You
Victor.
guys, yeah, you guys were escorted inside, but you hear like this loud, just like entourage of music just coming, and I guess Victor's like music sense tingled a little bit and he came outside.
Yeah, that works.
Come on, they already have the table set up.
Oh, wonderful. Come on, you two.
Lead into it.
Come
Yeah,
on, guys. As Tylo just has the bugs kind of Katamari into a ball.
Yeah. The maitre d' just like sees the bugs and just like, oh, I hope they don't call the inspector. And as he like is saying that under his breath, you just see a Zarathian food inspector. It's like, we're here to do our daily check, and he's like crying.
Go on. Okay. Have you seen? This is an Adult Swim cartoon of. I don't know. It feels like an acid trip, but that one guy that feels normal but acts like, but everyone around him is paranoid, like something's just about to kill him. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Essentially, like there's a bunch of like floating knives around him that he just can't see that everyone else could.
No clue.
And I kind of want that Bugs to have that same thing about being just out of the guy's sight, but still giving the maitre d' anxiety.
Okay. So they escort you in. You've got a table that's kind of like on the balcony, or not the balcony, but like second floor. It's a little bit put away from everyone else, and they come, and the like head chef, a kind of like gnomish woman with like bright red hair, just comes and just hi, welcome to Hearth and Home, the Zarathian edition. My name is Judy. I've been running the Hearth and Home here in Zarath for the last 10 years. Is there any allergies I should be aware of? Um, Medusa kind of speaks up and says, I have a seafood allergy. It's like, I'm.
So wear a blindfold.
What? Doesn't even make sense.
It does.
You can't see food. Haha. I get it, dude. High five.
I've heard this joke so many fucking times in my life, it makes me want to jump off a bridge every time I hear it.
Seafood. That's kind of pitiful seeing how you're surrounded by pirates.
I don't think she's a pirate.
You're not a pirate?
I think so. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We gotta get you a pirate outfit. No, you're not a pirate.
Who are you referring to,
To
Kai?
Medusa. I'm talking to Medusa.
Oh, yeah, Medusa's not a pirate, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought everyone in this area was a pirate. I'm sorry. I'm just assuming.
I don't think anyone in this area is a pirate.
Huh?
I don't think anyone in this area is a pirate.
Oh.
Pirates
Okay.
came here and they got arrested.
Right.
So they're all in jail, technically. The four of them.
Right.
All four of the pirates.
I mean, we've technically commandeered a ship before. I mean, I guess that's a form of privateering of sorts. The turtle was trapped inside of a crystal. We just took his vessel because we needed it at the time. But
yeah, your group does seem like they did a lot of bad stuff.
well, I mean, it was also he was a pirate, so we stole from the pirate. So I mean, I don't know where that really falls in the line of things,
Yeah, but like you guys,
to be honest, she's like, to be honest, there was a lot of dark claws like ideas and just
yeah, that's what I was saying, and you guys didn't stop them, so you know, it's cool though. I'll help you out with that from now on.
the gnomish woman is like, okay, well, we'll be starting off with our 24-course meal of she just like starts rattling things off.
Yeah, we might need like 2 of those. Flo eats a lot. I don't know.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, I eats a lot too. There are a lot of people that eat a lot.
I mean, Tuna could throw back.
I'll just make how many a double? 2 of them.
Let's do it like 4 or something. I don't know. Let's give us 4, whatever it is you normally would give people.
4 each.
No, like whatever you would give this size of a party, do it times 4.
So it would be 4 each.
Okay. You kind of hear her kind of lean over the like balcony to like the bottom and goes, "Shut her down!"
Like, and the Matrix just frantically scooting away the food inspector is like, "Oh, we are shutting down for today, sir. I'm so sorry for this inconvenience."
Yeah, you see the next one to be sat was Karen. He's like, "I placed these reservations
Fuck you,
40
Karen!
years ago.
Fuck you!
You can't turn me away. I want to speak to the manager."
I run up and push her down again and walk away.
Oh my god, I've had to deal with so many of those people before.
It's the same
Artemis,
person.
I have no
Okay,
criticisms for anything you do to her.
I kind of want. So the bugs that are just outside of the food inspector's peripheral, if some of them could like float behind her so she could fall down, just trip over them.
We pushed him down.
Oh wait, you pushed.
Yeah,
I thought we were just like all the way at the balcony. Oh,
no, I just push her
you
over. Yeah, I just like push her down like, a bully. Just fuck you, Karen. Walk away.
Assault!
It is.
Oh, Tylo just kind of rolls the salt, the salt shaker. There you go.
Guard. I find a guard and bring him. I just assaulted that woman, and I walk away. Deal with it.
The guard looks at the woman and goes, "All right, move along." but she move along, ma'am. Give me just a quick sec. I have a picture. I'm just trying to find where the fuck it's at.
Take your time. We're ordering off the menu.
Order everything.
Yeah, you've already ordered. Yeah.
Yeah, we ordered everything, but have we ordered dessert?
Yeah.
Yes, it's part of the.
Okay, have we ordered drinks?
We have to wait for the dessert menu after we eat. The fancy restaurant is obviously a dessert order. Menu.
All right, here you go. This is the little gnomish woman who greeted you.
Aw, she's adorable.
I pat her on the head.
Spatula in the hair is a health violation.
You would, yeah, you think so, right? But
He's lucky that Victor's not the inspector.
That's her. That's not. It's not. See, it's not a health violation because it's not like It's not something she uses. It got lost in there a long time ago, and it's there now.
It's been there for years.
Yeah. She doesn't like take it out and use it.
Also, she's
Is
not
sh-
wearing a hairnet, but she's cooking.
Fine. The spatula's keeping her hair in place.
Yeah.
I guess like when people use like chopsticks in their hair.
Gross. And then you use them to eat. I feel like that's a
I
fast
know,
way to
you
get
don't
stabbed.
use them. No, you don't use them to eat. You use them.
I know, but still.
People complain about
but
being
yeah.
cultural appropriation or some bullshit. It's like, bro, it's pieces of wood.
So the inspector is kind of like roaming the kitchen as things are going on, but food starts to come out. Waves of smaller portioned items, just massive amounts of food. All of it just fantastic. Just there is a reason why this place is the best of the best. It's like the Lifa's food has like charm and has that rustic home feel, and this is just elegance at its finest.
Ask Medusa what's her favorite food or foods.
She says, I really like sweets, but
Nice.
I try not to eat too many of them. But
That's good.
and as you heard, I have a severe shellfish allergy. Yeah, it doesn't sit well sometimes, but the whole they had to get a cleric one time, and I was turning purple, and she kind of holds up like a blueberry off of like the salad. It was like I was like this. It was not pretty.
Gotcha. Okay, so no shellfish, and if I want to get you something, get you sweets every now and then.
Yeah, and along with things, they start pouring drinks depending on the course of the meal. For the beginning course, it seems like something lighter, like a tea. As you start going into the later bits and pieces, it's becomes more drink appropriate, like wines and things of that nature. Not like whole gallons of wine, but just like tasters as it complements things as it goes. It's a dining experience. But as all this happens, what do you guys talk about?
So, how'd the meeting go, guys?
Good.
It went well. We are going to be able to establish a Secundian embassy in the city.
Whoa.
I'm kind of doing
Making
the same thing.
moves.
I'm gonna have a cult embassy. I don't know if that's the right word, but kind of the
Isn't
same
that
thing.
just a church?
Yeah, like a church, but that would be the building.
You guys can continue role playing. I just need to really pee real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just ask for a. I'm sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Yeah. So just you can keep going. I'll be right back.
I don't know if I'm gonna have a church. I guess a presence. That's good enough. I get word out. Maybe I should have another maid cafe. Those always do well.
I mean, are you gonna employ someone else to watch this one?
Yes.
Oh. So,
Nice.
are you starting a franchise now?
Probably should. Those could be my churches / businesses.
If you're looking to set up a corporation, I know some people you could talk to.
Cool. Guess that'll work. Who are the peoples?
Some folks back in Segundia. I'll give you their cards.
Okay. That'll work.
Just business managers and financial advisors.
Yeah. Financial advisors. I don't really care about finances. I just throw my money at stuff. Probably do a lot better at it, but it's for like my cult and whatnot. So whatever. You just give it all to Emmett. Emmett usually does what it needs to be done with it. He knows where to put it.
Okay. Well, I can't get to Emmett, so
I can get to Emmett. Why
Victor
you
hands
need
you the
Emmett?
cards.
just get those to him.
Okay, cool. Artemis opens a tiny portal and drops them. Hey, Emmett. Shouts out. Here's some business cards.
And also, don't worry, the advisors are registered fiduciaries. They are obligated to act in your best interest under penalty of fine and loss of rank. So
Okay.
what are you laughing at?
But yeah, the meeting went as good as expected. Uh, I dropped the news on Dark Claw and Bastion. And
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about your cat guy.
yeah, we left him specifically out of it.
Yeah, I told him like he might be dead or might not be dead. That's not my place to say. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that he won't give us any more issues, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's not the point. Like, give us any more issues. But if he was doing bad stuff against the city would still want him arrested, right?
yeah.
Yes.
We kind of let a criminal go.
If he gets
I
caught
mean-
doing bad, then fuck it. He has the option to do what he wants. So
Yeah, I didn't want to give it a description to let them look for him. It was up to you if you wanted to do all that, since you weren't there.
yeah, I've washed my hands with him. He's chosen to part ways completely. So
Okay.
I calculate a 36% chance of suicide, but we'll see.
Oof. Damn.
You're
I don't
right.
think.
I mean,
Opioid.
what?
Okay.
He seemed to be completely jealous and lonely and sad. He clearly had no form of, intimate contact of any sorts other than a mind-controlled woman that he clearly felt guilty about.
We tried so hard. Yeah,
And got
every
exactly
time.
nowhere.
Yeah, me and the crew were
Yeah.
always trying to make sure that he found something to
Doesn't seem to have any friends either. And
distract
he
him.
just lost seemingly everything, so.
Yeah.
He could have joined us, but he decided no.
I gave him the option.
He also
Hey.
appeared to be extremely self-loathing, and being he didn't want to be around because he thought he'd cause us trouble. Yeah, he's likely going to be in a depressive state for a while, if not kill himself.
Well, that's good.
That's just my prognosis.
It's good that he saw that. Like that he can
I
actually
agree.
he see that and like say no before he's just like, yeah, I guess I'll do that, and then yeah. I think that's the thing that like between good and evil, like I think as long as you can still see the the evil you're doing, I think you're still okay. You're not good. You are evil, but you're not like real
Lost.
evil. Yeah, right? Like it's the whole good and evil, how like if you're good, you can see the evil, right? You can see it. Because you gotta not do it. Because if you do the evil, then you're evil. So as a good person, you have to see the evil. But an evil person either doesn't see the good, and that's when you're completely lost, or you see the good and you're just ignoring it, right? I think if you're still in that ignoring phase, you're still okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at right about now.
So you ignore the good?
Yeah. Well, I ignore certain things, right?
Like
Like what?
you said certain things. I
Well, I
Did
mean,
you
I
have
got,
something in mind?
I don't know. Give me a situation. I'll tell you.
Okay. You're on a ship, it's sinking. There are two people that are going down, and there's only one place in the ship. Well, one more spot in the lifeboat. Do you save one of them? Do you save yourself?
Oh,
And
I
I
can
save
answer that for
myself.
you.
Yeah, I save myself.
Yeah.
What? Why would?
This is Artemis
Why
we're
would I
talking about.
not?
What do you?
That's not even that's not even a good or evil thing. That's just like how stupid. Like that's stupid. It's ignorant. You're ignorant.
Okay. Fine. If there are two spots in the lifeboat, but only three of you,
Okay.
which one And which one of the two would you choose if you had to choose someone that, like, how would you decide which one to
who
save?
are the two people? The other two other than me.
One is a close friend,
Uh-huh.
and another is someone who at one point saved your life.
Which one can help me in the future more?
You're not sure.
Well, I choose the one I think would help me in the future more.
And which one do you think that would be out of the two?
I don't know their abilities because I don't know.
All right.
Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't if one's a close friend and one helped me. I probably would know who they are and their abilities, right? So, I'll pick the one that's the most asset to me in the future.
So you're very much self-serving.
Yes. Have you met me?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
we've only kind
oh,
of been a
I
traveling
just want
party
to see
for
how
a few
far it
months now.
goes, how deep it runs. I know you are very, very. Actually, you're self-serving. Optimus, do you love yourself?
What? What kind of questions are you asking? Everything's a yes.
Do you love yourself?
I actually did not hear Artemis's answer.
Said yes.
Yes.
I was gonna say yes nightly, but I mean no. Do you love Do you love yourself?
Mostly.
Damn. Mostly?
Mm.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, just you have some maybe you don't know. Sometimes I had these thoughts I've been grappling with. Lately, more. They're becoming more. Let's see what I'm looking for.
Seems like you're unsure of
Crazy?
yourself.
In what regard?
I don't know. Like maybe you're not sure of the things you're doing. Like you're not like 100% on board with thoughts, I guess. Or maybe you're doing something, but maybe you think like you should be doing something else or some other way. Or maybe you did something in the way you thought was gonna work and it didn't work out as well. So you thought like maybe you could have did it a better way, and now you're beating yourself up over it because you didn't do it the better way first, and now it's too late. Things like that.
Yeah, definitely the last two options.
You need
Yeah,
to talk, bro.
you're unsure of yourself.
I mean, I'm not unsure of myself. That's not really
Well, you're
the right
unsure of
word.
the choices you made.
Yes, there are some regrets about the choices I made.
Yeah, that's unsure of
And
yourself. You made those choices, and and you're thinking maybe you did the wrong choice. That's unsure of yourself,
not maybe.
or did whatever. Either way,
Yeah, I know I could have made better choices.
okay. Well, maybe you'll learn for next time.
No, that's a maybe.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess I put a lot of thought in my choices, or at least I don't regret them.
Well, it helps that you don't care much.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
I care about a lot of things. It's just those things I'm very sure about.
Like what?
Like everything I do.
Everything you do, you care about.
Yeah.
So falling out a window was something you cared about?
Yes. It was supposed to lighten the mood. It was a joke. I think. I remember when I fell out the window. I assume you're talking about Medusa's house?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a joke. Oh, yeah, by the way, we have to show you the secret room. Talk to Medusa.
She just kind of like. Are you referring to the one in my brother's room?
Yeah. The one where he had
Yeah.
all his like secret stuff and he was like spying and stuff. Guess you
I
already
knew
know about
about the
that?
secret room. I just didn't know about the spying part.
Mhm. Did you know about the thing behind the
He was
wall?
actually spying on you through a picture.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, Victor has the picture.
Victor pulls it out. Yeah.
Where are you
Victor.
keeping that?
What was that?
Where are you keeping that?
Bag of holding.
Extra dimensional space
Okay,
where there's nothing for them to look at, basically.
I need to get myself one of those.
They're very useful, yes.
He just kind of like. She kind of like looks at it and just goes, you know, a couple of years ago, if you said that, I would have said you were crazy. But you know, not too surprised right now. But
Mhm.
it does make a lot of sense how he always knew where we were. So
Wait, so you ran into him a few times?
a few times.
So this guy had a strange knowledge of where you always were, and you never questioned it.
I always questioned it, but this explains it.
Yeah. So Armor's like takes a picture and says, hey, if you're listening, I need to talk to you. Meet us in secluded location tomorrow at X time. Okay, bye. I'll hang this thing up. Hand it back to Victor.
He's just like, you. She looks at you and says, "You really think that's gonna work?"
Oh, not a bitch. Maybe he wants to talk. I mean, he's seen you here. Maybe he wants to talk to you.
I don't know if it's quite like that.
Is he trying to kill you or something?
No, I think it's more kind of like I was an experiment to him.
Yeah.
Just keeps wanting to check in to see how it does or how I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, a lot has changed in the last while, so maybe he wants to see you. Since, you know, the picture's been in the bag the whole time, he hasn't been able to, like, check in on you.
Well, it's been several years since he's last contacted me,
Oh,
or
okay.
we not contacted me. That seems like mutual.
Mm-hmm.
We were on a mission and he just showed up. I mean, I imagine he was a part of things, but
Mm-hmm.
never
Yeah.
really hard evidence or things that could.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
I
part
mean,
of,
if I could catch him, I mean that would be different. But
yeah, he's part of a cult that I'm interested in, so, I mean, he's our only lead, so, you know.
well, then I imagine we'll run into him eventually.
Mm. Okay.
But yeah, he's a strange one for sure. Around this time, Meep is just like rolling his face in food, and Roy is just kind of like
Rolling
a
it
kind of
hard,
like
but
a
he
dog,
can't
like kind of like a dog, just kind of like cocked head, and he attempts to like imitate what he's doing, like by putting food in his like. It's like
What do I look like?
Sometimes.
I don't understand how this happens. It's not going
Can't.
away.
It can't. You don't have a throat or
Sounds-
intestinal tract. Or any means of digestion, really.
Oh,
Sounds like a design error to me.
No, those things would just get in the way.
Technically, you can expedite the process. If you have a door in your chest, you can just open it and put it in there.
he opens up his chest plate.
No, do not do that. Don't.
He contemplates it for a second.
No.
Save it for later. Maybe you have something in there to keep it warm.
Is a refrigerator.
Like a toaster.
Cryogenic.
That's
not
Hey,
easy.
Victor.
What?
Do you want to give him a bit of what's in your flask?
He needs to be drunk.
Probably not. Well, we don't exactly get drunk the same way, but fuck it.
Victor pulls out his that mug thing.
Flask of battery acid.
Basically.
This is basically the only thing that Steelhorn are capable of consuming, like regular organics. Made it myself. It's just not chemical solution.
Kind of looks at it. What do I do with it?
Do what you were trying to do earlier. Try to drink it.
Battery
Oh, okay.
acid, boot polish, and 7-Up.
He takes it and he like sees Meep like downing like a thing of like just water, just like looks at him and just like nods his head and tilts the whole thing like up, and it just starts pouring, just like look. Like you can see it like you can see it like coming out the sides and just like. And then me, like, is like watching him, and it's like, oh, he's challenging me. You think So now it seems like they're in a chug off.
Well, I never thought about the potentiality of overflow, so
They keep going, to the point where Meep is just a sphere now. Just he's just like Meep, and like hits the table, kind of rolls off, and Roy kind of like stops and just kind of like heartily like puts the mug down and goes,
It's a winner.
ah. And then just his face first in the table, just shut down.
So that's what happens when you overflow your system on that. I never tried myself.
Tyler just pokes Roy. You okay?
You see like his internal lights for like whenever he's like cognitive kind of like flicker.
He's okay.
Well, time to note that down.
Victor takes his thing back and takes it, like starts drinking normally. No.
Yeah, you drink normally. You kind of like take a sip, and all you hear is like a bottle rolling on the floor. You kind of look around for it, and it's just Meep as he's like headed for the stairs, and you just see him like bounce, boing, 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 down the stairs, and like roll past the maitre d, and this house inspector like look at him, and he's like frozen still. And it's just like they kind of continue the thing. You see Meep in the corner of the maitre d's eyes as he's like in the like the mop bucket, just like and he's just like, oh, and the house inspector turned around and he's just like, like not showing anything, but You kind of come back to the table.
Should we check on him?
He's been through worse.
That is true. Actually, Nick, has
Yes.
Tylo's appetite increased since the incident?
Yeah, significantly actually. Like you've seen like Kai, and you're just like, God, where does he put it all? And
Buddy, you need 2,500 calories an hour.
yeah, but yeah, you feel like famished. You had breakfast like earlier, but just something that just you feel hunger. Like whether Tylo can correlate that this is like
I feel
a
like Tylo would be able.
yeah.
He's
I'm,
been
I'm
thinking
leaving
a
that to you.
lot
But
about.
yes,
Tylo's been thinking a lot about it since it happened. Since Kai pointed it out.
Dude,
Much as
put you on that, man.
Like, honest, but Tylo, he's not eating much more than he usually does. Not like, unless you've seen him. Maybe Kai would pick it up, or Victor. He's eating more, but he's. It looks like he's restraining himself. I say Kai would see that much.
So he's like drooling over food and like,
It's just have to be mindful, Watch my figure.
Don't get fat.
No, maybe. I don't know. Kai,
yeah.
do you think I actually turned into one of you?
I mean, didn't
Is that possible?
didn't you like see the people that got turned by the bugs? I'm pretty sure you had something to do with us. Surprised you didn't die, dude.
I wasn't really thinking at the moment.
Maybe he did die. He's a zombie.
Nope, I'm very much alive. I know that much.
How do you know?
Because I think Kai would tell if I did not have a soul or not.
I didn't say you have a soul.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just a living dead person.
But don't. I have warm blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's really warm.
Heartbeat. Yeah, honestly, I notice a few things. Like, heat doesn't really bother me. I feel like I need to eat more.
Zombie. Always hungry.
Are you a zombie?
Nope. I'm not hungry.
Wait, are you a stillborn?
Nope.
You don't sleep,
Are you
you don't
comparing
eat.
Steelborn to zombies, Philo?
No,
No. Stillborn have to
I
do something. Stillborn have to like do what Victor does, where he just stares off in the distance for a few hours and recharges his batteries.
It's for internal maintenance, but yes.
Whatever. See, I don't do that.
you just do whatever all the time.
Mm-hmm. I have been referred to as a love machine, so maybe.
A lover of cats. Yes, I know.
Lover of cats. What? I said love machine.
Yes, and I said, and a lover of cats.
Why does that have to do with cats?
Tylo's referring to the cart ride.
What?
Elaborate.
You mean the druid woman?
Yeah, the druid woman.
That was a
Because
joke,
that's yeah,
and that
Tyler
was her
knows.
kink.
Yeah, Tyler's just very much trying to play off, I guess, play off Artemis's jokes.
I could have gave her exactly what she wanted, but I wasn't into it.
Hey, I'm not judging.
Could have turned into a tabaxi. Maybe a Rashasa, whatever it's called.
Mm. I just been thinking more and anyways, I just been
Yeah.
thinking more and more about
Your
I
life
guess
choices.
not my life choices, what this life means. I know we can still like ignite or
Oh yeah.
burn out.
You're like a fire person like your brother was. Don't go crazy.
With you around, I find that hard.
Saying. I do the same thing and start flying around and killing pirates apparently. Watch yourself.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm just telling you, watch yourself.
Don't bring up my brother.
Yeah, you always get onto some very touchy subjects. Are you doing this on purpose? Because you did the same thing to me.
Maybe.
It does.
I think I try to get you trying to see how good of a person you are.
I've been tested. Did that pass?
Guess. Never
Yeah.
know. But
What's
any
your
other
judge?
time. What?
How do you judge it? Like,
if you try to kill me after I say it, then you're probably not a good person.
so you tempt and taunt and then don't want us to
Yes.
go with violence.
Gotta see if you
Nope, doesn't make sense to me.
In other words, poking and prodding at the depths of somebody's emotional trauma and then expecting them to be completely calm and peaceful. Yeah.
or at least just taunt back, and that's pretty much it. But if you go over that, if you escalate the situation,
I
But
would say
your
your initial actions would make you the bad person in this case, but sure,
But I am
whatever
a bad
logic you
person.
want to justify it by.
I am a bad person. I'm just trying to
Oh,
see how many
I think
people
I
are here
would-
with me.
I would say if you were to openly mock a dead, someone's the death of a loved one in front of the person, they have the full right to deck you in the face.
I call it fair.
Say so.
The only reason I don't do that to you is
Your brother's
I
not
don't
dead, is
really-
he? Can't
in a
be.
way, I assume.
All right, don't say like that. He's always gonna get help fixed.
The incident was 2.5 years ago. And I don't know what he's like.
Yeah, it didn't like I have some thing on his shoulder telling him to do bad shit, and he didn't do it.
It wasn't really in my shoulder.
In your
Yeah.
head. I mean,
Right.
your brother can just like be like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore.
You could
Maybe
say
he
that
needs.
about any inferno.
Yeah, but maybe he needs
But-
you there or something. I don't know. Maybe you gotta play your little guitar thingy, and maybe he'll remember who you are and stop being bad.
Mm.
Honestly, even though I heard it just a couple weeks ago, the possibility of him still being out there is nerve-wracking. What? I don't know what to do if I ever saw him, but I know if he's still out there, I need to see him.
I guess we should stop talking about him before you get mad or whatever.
I'm not mad.
Seemed mad a little while ago.
You have that effect on people, don't you?
I know. I try my best.
Is that best or worst?
I don't think it's my best. I think I'm not even trying that hard. That's kind of like just said words, and you guys started crying about stuff.
I find that behavior disgusting, Artemis.
Same.
Yet, you don't want to change that. I don't really care at this point what you have to think.
There you go. Now you're learning.
Yeah.
You're a bad teacher if that's what you're just
I'm the bad guy. You shouldn't care what I think. Bad/good
Well, I
guy.
hope
Right,
it's
I should
reassuring that you
care
know that I don't. So
It's what you do that concerns me.
Mhm. It'd be
But
bad, but it's for the greater good.
I don't entirely believe that.
It's also a smart decision.
Yeah, but going back to the child of Gracefield talk, is this the first time you met that guy, or
oh no, definitely not. You mean when we saw them together?
yeah, what was
Oh,
his name? Amani?
Yeah.
Amani?
Yeah. Definitely not the first time. I kind of got used to the conversations. Is why I eventually told you about him. He starts to actually feel like he's part of me. In a way, I guess.
So Kai has an evil voice in his head.
It's good.
Not as bad as you.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think I need. No, I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. Okay, this is what Tyler should say. So, did you guys? He looks to Juno and Kai. How did you learn your powers? Did they just come to you when you walked out of the portal?
So Juno mostly was trained with De Niro, and then I kind of tagged along later on, and he kind of helped me too. I was accidentally tapping into my power a little earlier. As you guys remember the orphanage story, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm the
I
evil one.
Yeah, when you
So,
don't have control over yourself, I'm sorry if it's not really you claiming or choosing to be evil.
You don't know me.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do know you. You've been pretty straightforward with
Maybe
it.
I'm not choosing to do this. Maybe I'm being mind controlled by evil bad guy in my head.
See, now you sound sarcastic, so that means that you are. I guess aren't. I'm confusing myself. Well,
Mm-hmm.
So Kai, would you have spoken to Juno about the orphanage?
Yeah, you would open up to her.
How much of it would you have told him?
As much as he can remember before blacking out. But then he knows that he's been blamed for all of it, even though he wasn't sure what happened. That's the reason why most of it. I guess partly, not mostly, but yeah, partly the reason why he's being chased down. Full of murders. Belt.
Whenever you mention it, she kind of like nuzzles up to, on the side. Just she's not sure how you're reacting to it these days.
Yeah. So he just kind of, reciprocates and leans into her a little bit. Thanks. And just continues the story. He's like, I think what you're doing, Artemis, is kind of hypocritical in a way.
Also,
So how can you test someone to be evil with evil? If you want to test someone to be a good person, shouldn't you give them a test to be good?
nope. Anyone can do good. I can do good. Doesn't mean I'm good.
No.
I'd
It's
say
way
it's
hard.
worth time trying to test people about it and just see what they do in actual situations.
I think it's 1,000 times harder to be a good person.
Yeah, but anyone can do good.
Right. So wasn't it hard to test to be good?
No. Because if you do evil, you're evil.
Yeah, and it's easy to do evil.
Yeah, it is. So it's easier to
So-
test you by seeing if you'll do evil.
By tempting them with evil.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of the people will fail.
Then they're evil. Good people wouldn't like jump on that. That's like such a simple thing not to get annoyed about or even like, right?
Well, if you press in something that's very touchy or sensitive to them, then potentially you can get to a point where
They can get sad and mad and
that's
annoyed. I don't think they're gonna start killing people for it. And besides, the conversation I had with Tyler just now, I talked about his brother, and then I think we had a good talk about it. I think I reassured him that his brother could be saved potentially, and maybe it's up to him to do it. He should try. I don't
Do you
think
feel
that was
that way,
bad at
Tyler?
all.
I'm not sure if Tyler felt
That's not a question. With anything, I will try.
Hmm?
Even if I have no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You see me at White Sails?
Mm-hmm. But I talked it out with you, maybe to like just bring it to the forefront of your mind and have you think about it. Maybe you had doubts about like, maybe I can't save him. Maybe I couldn't do it. Maybe whatever I do is not going to matter. Maybe I'll never see him again, right? All these things might be in your head, but us talking about it, saying like, yeah, he's going to find him, when you do it, you may play your little ukulele thingy and maybe he'll come around like the other guys did or something. And maybe you can set him free and, all that good stuff. I think that was motivational.
I think your framing needs work.
I don't know anything about your situations. I just did my best. I mean, unless you know more about it. I mean, I don't know. Do you know anything like maybe what I said was exactly right?
I really wish I was more into Tyler's character.
'Cause I think you're just as lost as me to know exactly what to do in the situation.
Oh, I am very lost. As I've said before, I have no idea what I'm doing. But doing nothing is what I consider one of the worst actions to do.
That's why I said it's up to you to find them and do stuff. I just gave you whatever I thought you could do, but
yeah, The ukulele, fine. An interesting idea.
I'm just saying, like, I usually just give whatever I think is right. I don't matter how simple or stupid it sounds.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, all these thoughts have been kind of running through my head, and like when specifically when Artemis mentioned bringing Dieter back, Tylo just took a glance at Roy for a moment.
Still passed out.
Yeah.
He's drowning. His food.
It'll be fine.
But Tylo's expression looks like one of discomfort looking at Roy.
Nugget in his eye socket.
There's
Yes,
mashed potatoes all over his face. Kiwi is now on his head, just kind of like licking potatoes off.
He's a plate now.
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, just give me one moment.
So Jill kind of looks at Kai and says, "So I've heard this story of an orphanage blowing up.
You're not one of
You
them,
have
right?
it? No.
Another one or the same one that he blew up?
Okay.
I mean, I was just curious about it. I was very fortunate and was adopted at an early age. So, could you tell me a little bit about what you went through?"
Well, I mean, you know our case being a child of Graceville, so we kind of just are orphaned by default. So I was picked up at an orphanage where they were running like awkward tests and things, and a lot of my friends were in danger, and all I remember is like trying my best to get in to help, and he blacked out after that. There was a
What?
doctor that was trying to do things, and I just knew he was bad, so I had to help my friends.
And you said that there was an explosion, and they keep teasing you that, or at least Artemis, that you blew it up.
Yeah.
I didn't make that up. He told me that.
I didn't say you made it up. I said you were teasing him.
I mean, just saying what he did.
I mean, teasing and making up are two different things. I did not accuse you of making up the story. I just said that you teased him about it, but it's fine.
I'm saying what he told me. Blow up an orphanage.
Yeah. It's there was an explosion, but I don't recall being the cause.
Now you're lying.
But I'm pretty sure I felt exhausted, as if I was like burnt out in a way. Like
You
I
just
don't
blew
know.
up an orphanage? Like, how does that? Is that a feeling?
You know, if you overexert yourself, you feel worn out. So
Yeah, she holds her eye as you say that and said, "I'm aware."
Well, you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
both your eyes.
But I'm not sure if I reached the point of burnout. Like, maybe I did. I can't recall it. I think I was like 6 or 7, maybe 8.
And how you said they were performing research on you?
Yeah, tests and research and things. So
How many kids were there?
I recall maybe like 12, maybe 15. But I had a select crew of friends that were really close to me.
You had a crew of kids that were close to you?
Yeah.
Did any of them make it out?
I didn't really see anyone after the explosion. So I was handled by the adults, isolated. Then after some time, I was shipped off to another place. Not sure how many of my friends survived, if any of them, if they made it out or not. So
Do you remember who they were?
insert names from 3 months ago.
Let's see, Maxwell. Was there a kid named Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny was one we went to go save initially, and then Spike's character, your character, and
Yeah, that was
Bailey.
Spike's character was Max or Max.
I was the only kid other than
Yeah, and then
Goku's character.
Murderous's character was
He was like the doctor
Nick.
on
Doctor.
site.
Yeah.
And then there was the caretaker slash teacher Chloe
Yeah, so that was
or Miss C since.
Miss Rue. And then we had, I think, what's his name character? What's the dude? Goku's character. What's the other kid?
Yeah, it was another kid. That's what I said. Yeah. He died.
I can't remember Goku's character.
It sounds about right.
We'll call him Dave.
Some girl or somebody. It was like he was like Butters.
He was like a
basically.
baby or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
Some
like
super,
Butters.
super timid character, yeah.
Yeah,
he was
Butters.
the
Like, I don't think we
Butters.
should do that, guys. It's like,
Sure, you want to call him Butters?
yeah, he'll get grounded. He got grounded, like into the ground.
I see. Well, I hope that you are reunited with your friends eventually. And as far as
Is that a
the
threat?
people that. Is it? I didn't
know.
mean it to be.
What if they're dead?
Well,
Well, I mean,
Well, does Kai know that?
I'm not really worried about the orphan kids too much. That was a situation that I couldn't handle. But my most recent friends that I've separated from, those guys are my focus. If I do come across one of the orphanage kids, it would be pretty interesting to speak with them, see what actually happened. If they know more than I do, or if I've been lied to all my life. But yeah, I'm looking for my crew, so to say.
So if they.
Wait, are you talking about your newest one, your oldest one, or the one
Well,
in
Knuckles in
between?
the game.
How many more do you
Knuckles-
need? You just need the Knuckles dude, right?
Well, no, I have Shay out there,
Uh huh.
and I have
I've seen her.
3 or 4 others I just didn't tell you guys about.
Oh, okay. Got a whole fucking.
I have a squad. Well, I mean, I got my baby. He kind of,
Are
hugs
they
and
all
shakes.
fire peoples?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just me and June.
I was gonna say, like, do you know all of them? Because I was gonna make the joke, but I mean, apparently you do know all.
Well, technically, Shay would be fire one now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was she. Wait, wouldn't that mean that you were just like her?
Yes.
Tyler?
So if Shay wasn't a fire person, then I guess
I-
people can become fire peoples.
Tyler would know that people that join Fire Force aren't always fire children of Gracefield. There are some individuals, both mundane and magical, that join Fire Force because they believe in the cause.
No, I don't think so. You would have sensed if she was one back at the courthouse, right?
Yeah, you're right. I'm just hopefully, I guess.
A hopeful. Honestly, I
that a
think there
good
are
thing?
other things to worry about with Shay.
So you
Nah, she's crafty. I'm pretty sure.
you hope she's a fire person?
Well, we're a little bit more resilient than usual.
Hmm.
She's in, the lion's den or whatever, wolf's pit, whatever you call that place.
I mean, if she's there, then she must be special in some other way. Maybe even more special.
Or maybe I pushed her to the brink of near death and they saved her. So, I mean, there was another case. When I was with the boys.
Why'd you almost kill her? What'd you do?
I lost control again, and then I went boom.
Oh, you
And-
try to kill them too? Damn.
I didn't try to kill them. I had to save everyone else. So I tried to disperse the fight with a large attack.
Uh-huh.
And things got a little bit out of hand. Again.
Gotcha.
From what I understood, what I've understood through his outburst, it's just something that he can't help under stress. Kind of like when you and I guess when you see one of your
Yeah, sure.
kinsmen, your siblings.
Or if you push on someone's stomach really hard after they fart. Same thing.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, when you say that, Flo kind of blushes.
Do it, Flo. No, don't do it. It's weird.
But anyone could join the fire force, powers or not.
I mean, not
Honest-
us. They want our heads, but
Yeah.
Fuck up your shins.
I remember for like when we were like real small, you know how kids want to grow up to be doctors or guardsmen.
Mhm.
I know my youngest brother said he wanted to join the fire force to help people.
Hmm.
So, given what I know now, it's probably good that he didn't join up with them. But we have to figure out how to help Shay and Jesus for that matter.
Do you think Shay really wants help?
Do you think Shay was acting normally? I
I
guess.
mean,
character who's Shay.
the one that we
was in
saw
the courtroom, yeah.
in the council room where we were talking to all the leaders.
Yeah.
Who was
and
who Tyler hugged and then she immediately
Restrained him.
not
Bucket,
restrained.
no.
But
No,
yeah,
she kind of slipped out of his grasp using she teleported out of his grasp or something.
Well, I could check if he's being mind controlled.
But I think she's too comfortable, like, in having all the resources to like craft and build and tinker and stuff like that. That's like her perfect area. So she's probably the happiest person.
I mean, yeah, that could be it.
He's a robot. Victor might like her.
Well, she's part robot, so he might have like her. But Victor's taken. You don't want her for a
Yeah, I
girlfriend.
don't remember who that is.
He's like the Burger King. He came in the room when the fire force showed up before they got kicked out of Segundia or whatever. He came in with the leader dude.
Oh yeah,
When,
no,
right before we fought or after we fought, or after one of
The-
those two.
after we
before.
fought the dumb thing.
it was before, and then
Yeah.
the
They
dumb
left
thing
and then-
happened.
Yeah, they got told to get the fuck out.
And she revealed herself, and then scene happened. And then... Okay, so well, y'all want dessert?
Yeah, I mean, what? Who said that?
You did.
So this little like gnome figure kind of stumbles, not stumbles, but very like awkwardly walks with this giantly oversized tray, bigger than the like table you're sitting on at this point. You were like, how is this little gnome individual like holding all this food? And you see like these like maitre d looking like gloves that are kind of like helping her as she's kind of bringing it. And you see that it's almost like a white fortress, just like a keep, just all in white. And she goes, my finest creation. I call it baked fortress. And she like has this bottle and she kind of like slams it on the ground as it lights, and you can see the fortress kind of like fire kind of goes around it and then up the walls, and then the whole keep is on fire. And it's almost poetic, but you can see like the white kind of turn this like marshmallowy, toasty, like brown color before all of it just kind of like stops like burning, and the what looks like the gate kind of opens, and you see like this like caramel kind of like gushing out of it basically, and she's just like bon appetit. And
I
you
hope
have
there's no bones in there.
she's like, oh no, no bones.
Oh, lovely.
Some
And he
weird
just
symbolization of Kai burning things down.
That's probably, this guy's probably just staring at us like,
Nom.
I'm not sure if I should eat this or just like,
Eat the burning
You know
castle, it's
what?
fine.
you know what? I'm gonna just enjoy
It's-
watching this burn.
It's rude if you don't eat her burning castle.
Tyler is just cooling off smaller pieces to feed to Kiwi right now.
All of it's like, it seemed like what she did was a flambe. For those of you who've ever had baked Alaska, this is basically baked Alaska. But it is kind of like meringue on top of chocolate cake with like layers of fillings. This one's just made to look like a castle, but it's sweet, it's decadent, and it's great. It's fantastic. You would see kind of Medusa's kind of like eyes like sparkle as she has like a little spoon. Like she pulls out a special spoon. Specific, it's a little bigger than all the other spoons on the table. And then Flo looks over at her spoon, looks at hers, looks back, and just like it's two spoons and.
Yeah. Artemis like passing both, like, you guys eat as much as you want, just, you know, feel like you're getting a little bit overweight, just next morning, you know, just work out a little bit, it's fine.
It's me.
No, I mean, it's like Flo. I assume Artemis has Flo on like some training regimen. Like the next morning, she works out, right? She eats. I tell her, eat as much as you want, just work out the next morning, burn that stuff off.
How to get Artemis to not want make him fat.
Yeah. Well, he's training. I could possibly help.
No, Flo has it. Flo trains. She already has a regimen that works for her. Look at her, she's fine. She's very fit.
Sorry, I was just seeing if this was supposed to be that role play thing we did earlier.
No, I think that happened already. That was like that day, right, when...
The day when we got back?
I don't know, I guess.
Same day that we're
I
on?
guess, sure. I don't know when you do stuff. But then you would have Medusa with you, too.
I mean, that is my only issue with the idea of, oh yeah, let's have like non-important role play scenes inside of the role
Well,
things.
I assume they happen after the session, right? So it happens in between the sessions, so it's not going to be like, yeah, this happens like 12 sessions, like, right? Like, it probably should happen like
mean-
right after or around the same time.
Yeah, and at that time we were, what, coming back from the...
Sure, as soon as you got back, that night or something, I don't know. That day. That's fine. You can figure out
Right,
time in
but-
between. It's a whole day. I guess it happened
Well-
earlier today.
I guess?
Either way.
Sure.
It happened this morning.
Sure.
Yeah.
Flo just says, I have to go find a big rock.
You have to go what?
Find a big rock.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that means. I have a rock.
Weight training.
I can call in the rock. He's a specialist on rock things.
Yeah, the training they told me to do was get a big rock and then take a hike.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll just come back before I need you. Take Medusa too. Find her a rock as well then.
She's like, no worries. I'll make sure she has the perfect size rock. In her head, she's like thinking a rock way bigger than she can carry. It's like, come on, you can do this.
Okay. Well, Marvin's like, I trust you, Flo. You figure it out. Make her feel bad for doing it.
Yeah.
I would have taught her a couple of things about weight training. if she wanted to punch faster, he would have shown her how to switch between weighted and unweighted shadow boxing, along with how to make her movements faster by not winding up so much.
All
But
that.
yeah, so Tyler would have given her some pointers after the fact, since during the ring it was just like, okay, him at the bear pit fighting El Esqueleto, what's his name?
Escalito.
Escalito.
How strict is Medusa's parents? Like, were they like don't eat too much, you'll get fat and won't be able to like do your sacred duty or some bullshit, right? Were they gonna like that or?
No, they weren't. They were. The mother was very not coddling, but would be like. The father was like, everything in balance. The very kind of like strict, blah blah blah. But then the mother would be like sneaking extra food. It's like here's like, here's your sweets. It's like, no, stop giving me your sweets. So I'm like, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like clearly just like, yeah.
Yeah, because Artemis would be like, yeah, and like focusing on like your choice, just keep pushing that. Like, it's your choice, eat as much as you want, just it's on you.
Yeah, she does so. You kind of see, not Medusa, sorry, Jill kind of wince in pain a little bit. She kind of puts her, after eating and stuff, she just kind of like puts her face in her hands just for a brief second, and it's
Brain freeze.
only not brain freeze, but more like pain than it is brain freeze. Yeah.
You okay?
Yes, it's just the pain comes and goes.
Oh, from
Victor like gestures to like around his eye area, like
Yeah.
yeah.
She just she nods and so what you can kind of just see is just like she kind of undoes it a little bit. The eyeball itself is not completely engulfed, but you can see just like bits and pieces of it like starting to go, just like a small smolder. But from what you've seen before, or what you've been told, is it's almost like an ember, basically like a fire. So you can probably imagine the feeling is like one of your body parts is on fire, but you can't really put it out. So there may be like constant discomfort, but she seems to mask pretty well.
You just like pop her eye out, maybe. Is that a thing? You're a doctor, Victor.
an amputation you're referring to.
Oh, if it's hurting and dead, probably not good to keep it there, right?
I'm not experienced in treating burnout exactly, or I'm not sure there are many people.
Maybe you should. That could be your next doctorate. Go for it.
That would fall under medicine, but yes. I could build you a prosthetic to replace that, and then just kind of.
Victor kind of like makes a motion of like cut it like a circling around him to his eyes to motioning out just like cut off all that.
Only if you wish.
She's like, I don't know. We can give it a try. I don't know if it'll be effective.
Artemis is like, go for it. He'll like you better.
Damn, Spike cut on turned to a robot piece by piece.
Yeah, Artemis is like, this is probably more for him than you.
Yeah, so she says that if you think it'll help, then
Only if you're completely sure.
I don't trust anyone more than you.
Thank you. I can get to work on that.
I mean, I always knew you like robot people. That's why she dressed her up as well.
So, eventually, Meep comes like crawling back up the stairs, just vomit on his snout. Uh, Roy kind of like starts slowly coming to, and just kind of like looks around. You can see like the gizmos in his
Robot
eyes.
hangover.
It's not like robot hangover, but more like Baymax with low battery. The eye shutters kind of like open, close, like rapidly, like back and forth, like undulating, basically. And he just kind of like looks up at everyone and goes, "So what are we doing now?"
I think after we eat dinner, we're gonna go home and go to sleep so we can deal with getting the pirates out of jail tomorrow, so we can leave to go do our next thing.
Meep goes, "What's that? Job?"
Yeah, job.
Job, yes.
It's like, oh, okay. And then Roy kind of stands up, kind of like spins in place, and then falls on the ground.
Kiwi's just still on him,
Yeah.
licking up
Just
the
kind
pieces that he missed.
he's staring Meep in the face as he's just like tongue deep in like some of the crevices. I'm just like, and Meep kind of goes,
No.
yeah. At this point, go ahead.
Tyler offers a base if he needs to throw up.
You give him the bib, and he's about to like throw up, and you just see like he like uses it like as like a bag, but he quickly fills it, and it just comes like spilling on the floor, and then the health inspector's like, "Okay, everything looks good," and then leaves, and you see the manager go, huh, as he's just then becomes drenched and just like vomit.
I just imagine once Meep is done, he's just like, Meep, never eat again.
Meep's stomach empty now.
The truth we all didn't know, Meep has bulimia.
How we got the
I'm going
cancer
to
in the
be
first place.
thin.
What was that, Nick?
I said that's how he got cancer in the first place. Some throw of backwash went into his lungs and just festered. No.
Pneumonia.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so
Tyler just pats Meep on the back. Okay. And he just slings Roy over his other arm. Alright. So we should probably get the bill.
yeah, the Artemis pays for Medusa and Flo.
Victor pays for Jill.
Yeah, the
Pay our
whole.
monies.
Let me see. I forget how much a fine meal is, but
I think it's a gold or two. Let me take a look.
A gold is $100. How much does a meal cost for a person?
you said 4 times as much for every person.
Well, not every person. I said.
That's what I asked. How many
Yeah.
extra
I
people
kept
are we
saying
doing
it
for?
multiple
And then
times.
everyone went 4 times for however many people are here.
Yeah, I said whatever you were going to bring us, bring that times 4.
Yeah, that's 4
that's
times the
for
amount
every
of
person
food.
there. Yes.
Sure. Like they'll eat the rest. Well, I'm sure Kai will eat the extra people, whatever, then and Flo would eat that as well. So basically, I assume Medusa ate the same amount as a normal person would, and then Flo ate X amount of times a person would.
Yeah.
And Kai
My
and
point is, but my point is that you said
yeah,
there's 6 of you to bring 4 times as much for 6.
yeah. But then the people would like Kai, Flo, and I guess Tylo. I don't know how much Tylo ate, but would eat the rest.
Okay, so a wealthy meal is 8 silver, an aristocratic meal is 2 gold.
Okay.
We'll put it at 60 gold for the team.
Sure, and we each pay 15.
Sure. Or however you guys want to split that up.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'll Flo probably ate, I don't know, let's say 5 meals. And Medusa ate, let's say 2. I don't care. It's been 14.
Yeah.
Is that right? 2 gold, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 14.
Yeah. Tyler would put 16. So let me just minus that. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
Arnold's
to offset.
yeah, I'll
the-
just give 20. It's fine.
Victor's throwing in 15.
So the build paid. You see the little gnome woman
And
just
I-
kind of.
And I guess and of course a couple more gold for the tip.
She hands you back the tip and she's like, "Oh no, everything is included. We don't tip here. Thank you though."
Wait, would Tylo know that from the restaurant already?
Fancy of a restaurant.
Other places probably tip. This place is not like that. So
I'm just thinking, would Lothar let Tylo know that they don't tip?
yeah,
at
yeah, absolutely.
So okay, so Tylo would not do that.
You were told that they pay their staff extremely well, but yeah, it's so that they
Living
don't
the
have to.
dream.
Yep, benefits and all. So. But you go off for the night, and we'll say that unless anyone wants to do anything at nighttime.
Yeah, I'll probably go visit the pirates. Just tell them like everything's good. You could be let out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them know. There's
Yeah.
4 arms, no shirts, to short stack and stinky. What's up, guys?
Victor probably gets some stuff from his lab and spends the night with Jill after making her whatever instrument she thought of, just trying to teach her to play it.
Those would be a
Like,
night.
like he just crafts the thing in front of her after she says, and then starts trying to teach her.
That was be spend the night ripping her out and giving her a new one.
Well, no, that takes a little more care. He's like building her Zatzai, like as you know, as he's
Get
doing
her a
that.
recorder.
What instrument do you think Jill would want to play?
I don't know, man.
The pan
I was
flute.
gonna say something. I was gonna say something weird like a mouth harp.
A washboard.
The spoons.
Yeah, the spoons, the maracas. No,
Teacher's a ham bone.
she probably was like,
How about?
she kind of blushes and says, "It might sound a little funny, but she's like she's like leaning on your chest. It's just like she's like, I love this sound," and she kind of like hits your chest,
The washboard.
and you hear like the boom, like sound kind of like vibrate, and you think of fuck, what is it called? I think it's called a moon pan.
Cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
The handbands that the ones that make music.
The
Handbands?
gypsies? Like the
And
Moon
gypsies?
drums?
No. Huh?
Moon drums?
Is it moon drums?
I think. I looked up moon pan and it took me to moon drum. These things.
Hand pans that look like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, that's a hand pan.
Yes.
The plate.
Got it. Yeah, and then Victor just like speed crafts like one or two of them.
You just find a metal plate in your kitchen and bring it to her.
It's not flat. Don't. It's like a
Yeah,
UFO.
it is called the hand drum. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Get her a pot.
Get her a pot.
A what?
Bitches love pots.
Yeah. You can play it and then cook afterwards.
Okay. So, yeah, she's slow at it, but she slowly starts picking up how to kind of get the full range of just sounds on it.
How to bang pot. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Sounds just like when we're banging.
Yeah.
Great. Now I'm never gonna be able to listen to this instrument ever again without just thinking.
Not thinking
Yep,
of Victor and Jill having sex.
they're just going at it.
Yeah. Flesh on metal.
Oh, Jill's making
You're the
music.
one who decided. You're the one who decided to have her base her instrument thought off of the sound of a noise coming from Victor's chest. So.
You had the power to change it. You didn't, so it's your fault.
Nah, I decided to leave it to you.
He plays it, and it always sounds like someone making macaroni.
Hey, I heard some macaroni being made. Nice instrument, Neil.
Anything else anyone wants to take care of before we kind of jump to the morning? But we're about to call it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
Probably-
just call it a night, right?
Okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
maybe we should.
I just wanted to
finish-
see if any.
Yeah, maybe we should finish like dealing with the pirates and then leaving, so we can start.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nothing really changes. They get let go. They go to the ship. Noir is kind of haggling with the guards to like let her in. They're kind of reluctant. But then you come with papers and the other pirates, and they let everyone in. You see Noir and fuck, I forgot her name. Brain juice not working. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I have a thing. Like I guess I have a thing to do, but I mean, it'd be better done next session because we're basically at the end of this session. And
Yeah. We could just so you
It's
kind of
another
can
name,
start
so-
there. Viola is her name. Like I said, I
Yeah.
just
4 arms, no shirt, short stack, and stinky. That's their names.
Viola, Jet.
We have little person,
Lily,
pantsless man.
and Cole.
Well, no pants now, man. He has pants. Victor made him
That's
some.
why.
I already said it. 4 arms, no shirt, short stack, stinky.
No, the
Because
guy
her
has a shirt.
bird, her bird stinks. So she stinks. You already established that.
So, what you want to name the bird? What are you gonna name the bird? I think its name was Rocco.
No, I'm talking about the
Rocco.
girl's name,
Rocco.
Stinky.
Right. Tyler did want to ask Kai something. Just
Mhm.
more information about, like, so wait, you weren't the first? So wait, this wasn't your first crew? Yuno wasn't part of your first crew?
My orphan friends? No, she wasn't there.
I always thought that they were. I thought she was there when the orphanage burned down and all that.
No.
It
I'm
sounded
there
like
with-
he had friends, and then he blew up the orphanage, and then he got separated from him, and then he left, and then he became a homeless person, and then he found friends.
After the orphanage blew up, I still wait. I escaped my captives and I found De Niro. He took me in.
That helps build my case about him getting lost from people all the time.
Getting who from people?
You getting lost from people. Earlier was concerned that you weren't at the court place with us, so you're gone forever.
Oh. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you already had Yuno, so
That is
maybe
true.
you could have left us or something.
Yeah.
So I
Why
feel like
you-
you would at least try to say goodbye this time. I mean, you're not running from an explosion like last time. But, like, did they teach you how to, at the orphanage, did they teach you how to control it? Or, like, what should I expect from this?
I think he said the guy did.
Yeah,
Guy
so
that helped Zumi.
wait. I'm sorry, Tyler. What was your question again, Tyler?
What should I expect being what I am now?
Um,
I'm kind of like,
so
I
you
think I
you
might be
pick,
like a child version, or I have the
I think you get the good stuff without having to worry about the bad stuff. Like you're not an orphan. You don't have any issues of like being hunted, I guess, because I'm not sure if they can spot. Maybe they can spot you as easily because you do pop up on my radar. I don't know. Perhaps
did do I pop up on Yul's radar or Yunos? They didn't say anything, if I recall.
I would assume so.
Who was the guy that taught you how to use your powers? It was the same person that helped Zumi, right? And Juno. Was that a different guy?
No, yeah, it's the same guy.
I guess we have to find. I guess Dinero might help. Sure.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't think I've met him in person. Just heard about him. But he taught you how to regulate your powers?
Yeah. If you want, you could probably try to get trained by him. But I think they mentioned him being either wounded or I'm not too sure.
Zumi said he stayed behind to fight people, and they never seen him again. But he could be somewhere. I forgot where.
I think we were heading in that direction, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to go check on him, but it's like on the other continent that we're probably going next.
This. Well, I guess we can put that. I can write that down.
Out of character, weren't we told like he was somewhere else potentially, or like where Tylo was from, or
You
something?
were told that something happened. They got separated, but he told her
Yeah. If they get separated,
if anything ever happens, seek out the third. Which
Oh yeah, the third. Okay, yeah, it wasn't him. It was potentially someone else.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not third, fourth.
The fourth, yeah. And where were they at? In
Velaza.
Velaza, which is where Tylo's from.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I was kind of right. It wasn't him. It was someone like him. So he might be dead, and there might be someone else like him. Yeah, Velaza.
Like De Niro and Velaza?
Yeah.
Or like one of us?
De Niro. De Niro told Zumi when he stayed behind to, I guess, defend or die, holding them back so she can escape. This was seek out the fourth, and wasn't De Niro referred to as one of them?
De Niro wasn't one of them. He used to be one of them, but
he used to be one of them.
Yeah, he said that the fourth captain had ideals very similar to De Niro, and he was a good man. So,
okay.
So you got the fourth captain.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
One of the reasons to go there.
Okay. Well, we can just pick up here next week at 4 my time, whatever corresponding time that is for everyone else.
An hour earlier.
Yep.
CST. Change my alarm clock.
But okay. Y'all have a good night. If you guys need me, just message me and I'll try and get back to you soon. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good night. I hope everyone had fun tonight. And
Yep. Always fun role playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.